up, Woodward? We are starting off your day with a brand new crew. Meet Broder.
I can't control my arms sometimes. My limbs are just kind of flying.
Detroit Kool-Aid.
Fired up.
Y'all got Kool-Aid
I'm
hot.
fired up. But with the Wake Up Woodward crew, he's actually a part of the family.
Flannel Sam.
Ask me about my wiener. Okay.
Along with JB and KG. Wake Up Woodward gets you all of your Detroit sports talk. Every morning, 8 to 10 a.m. Live on Woodward Sports. A show for Detroit, by Detroit, with people from Detroit. Tell Siri to set an alarm, because it's time to Wake Up Woodward.
Oh, as the victory shades go on, boy. Come on.
I done told you that we won't stop. I done told you that we won't stop.
Put on the Woodward Pistons shirt today because those Detroit Pistons are hot. They are hot. New York Knicks know now. Dog, walk in your trap, take over your trap.
Yo, you know what it is by now.
Walk in your trap, take over your trap.
Y'all know what it is by now.
Afterwards, look. Hey, look, thank you guys for choosing to kick off your day with Wake Up Woodward Chat family. As always, you all are the most important part of this. But right now, I think all of our teams winning are challenging that. So go ahead and smash that like button, support your crew, make sure they know who is the best chat in all of the game. It's your boy Brandon, aka Detroit Kool-Aid, your credential Pistons reporter and writer for the network. We got over here KG, Detroit's #1 draft pick, already got Rookie of the Year, going for MVP. What up, though? Black Hollywood Pistons win 124-119.
Oh,
Cade
man.
Cunningham took over
That
Madison
second half,
Square Garden. Come on.
second half
Star.
by Cade Cunningham. Oh my God. Hey man, y'all better watch out for these fucking Pistons. This shit not a joke no more. This is real life. This is real life going on right now. And these Pistons, they keep on winning. Add to the fact that the Vikings got their ass whipped last night. Man, I'm feeling good. A little congested, but you can't keep a good brother down for too long. You know I always say that.
You can't. You know what? Look, man. Let's tell the people what we're going to talk about today, because we got a lot on the docket. We just got to talk about how immaculate the vibes in the city are.
Yeah. We
got to talk about what's going on this Saturday, because something just blew up, man. Blew up all on social media. And it was at January in the D. This Saturday, we got Pistons, Lions, Red Wings all in action. And we got Pistons and Lions back to back. 4 o'clock at LCA. You got the Pistons versus the Phoenix Suns, and that leaves just enough time for the fans, Devin Booker, to get over to the Ford Field for the Detroit Lions playoff game.
Hey, y'all keep pushing it. I'm not mad at you though. If Devin want to come home, I ain't gonna stop him. I just don't think it's gonna happen. But
hey, you know what? We're gonna get into all of this because we also got a lot of Lions to talk about. We're gonna also talk about NFL playoffs. The Commanders said they're ready for the Detroit Lions. Are they? We got to talk about that, man. And then we got to discuss Jaden Daniels.
Yeah,
he's special. But do we have the recipe? And JB Smooth, you want to read this off? Because JB Smooth
is fire, by the way. We got the live streams on the back wall now. That's wild, bro.
Yeah, we get the live streams
super chats
on the super chats and everything on the back wall. Shout out to Burns, $20 super chat.
Big shout out.
Chat. Detroit basketball. Cade and them boys earned that.
We back.
Let's go.
We back. Damn right, Mason. We back.
Shout out to the homie Mason, bro. I should have put up the picture that we have with him, man. We look like gang.
Yeah, man. Much love to Mason, man. One of the people I look up to in this industry, man.
Yep, and he's one of those guys that just remembers your name.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, hey, what's up, Brandon? I'm shocked every single time.
I was shocked when he said he was a fan of the show. I'm like, you?
Every time.
I'm like, bro, do you know what you mean to me, bro?
He taps in, bro. That's so Mason.
Crazy, man.
You got me blushing.
Yeah, bro.
Shout out Mason. I remember that, man. But, hey, you know what? Let's jump into this because Detroit Pistons, man. What a game last night. 124-119. And I just got to read off Cade Cunningham's stats here real quick. 36 points, 4 assists, 2 rebounds. But what really mattered is what he did in the second half, both in the third quarter as well as down the stretch. He was 14 of 27 from the field and 4 of 8 from behind the arc in this game. He was absolutely just the guy. That was his. Madison Square Garden is owned by Cade Cunningham. If you don't believe me, go and look at the stats.
He show out every time.
That man shows out.
You know that's the mark of a superstar. When you go to the Garden and you cut up, that's in the path of every superstar that has come before him.
Yep, and you know what? Balanced scoring, but Malik Beasley showed out 6 of 8 from behind the arc for 22 points, 2 big back-to-back threes from the veteran, Tim Hardaway.
Yeah.
These vets continue to be the difference makers here, man. And it gets to the point where you're just like, you know what? I don't want to flip any of them.
No.
I just, you know what? Just keep the good mojo going because, like I told you guys yesterday, this team was closer to a top 4 playoff spot than they were to falling out. Well, guess what? They're even closer today. They sit tied right now for the number 7 seed in the East. In old times, that's just the playoff spot. Today, it's the play-in spot. They're half game behind the Bucks for the 6th spot. They're a game behind the Pacers, who I believe the Pistons are better than, for the 5th spot. And they are a game and a half behind Orlando for the 4th spot.
That's crazy to think about. They had 14 wins last year. Crazy, man.
8-2 in their last 10. Won 9 of their last 12 games. The Detroit Pistons are doing things differently. And during the stretch, it's their defense as well that's been a lot more scrappy. They still need to improve on positioning, but they've been a lot more scrappy. They've been diving on the floor. They've been battling. And one thing I've loved, Jalen Duren and Isaiah Stewart, they've been challenging more in the paint. Their stocks have steadily risen. Mm-hmm. Their blocks per game have steadily gone up just a little bit. But you see them going in there and challenging things a whole lot more and setting a tone that we saw at the first 2 or 3 games of last season. Yeah. I'm seeing that so much more consistently over the last couple of weeks now. And it's that, to me, is part of the catalyst, man. When you're going to get superstar Cade, like, bro, I told y'all from day one, y'all remember I used to wear this OG shirt back in the day. That's why I wore it. Some of y'all are going to get those kind of those flashbacks. For some of y'all, it's going to be nightmares because we battled with people. We told y'all, Cade is a star. Mm-hmm. I told y'all Cade was a future superstar. And that guy is going out there and he is doing his thing, bro.
No, he's playing some of the best basketball I've seen him play. He's blossoming into a superstar before our very eyes. I mean, over 20 of his points came in the second half, and that's when this team needed it, man. This was a game that, you know, you get more and more confidence with this team, especially when they go out and continue to battle the upper echelon teams in the East. I mean, the Knicks, they gave them a run, but the Pistons had control from the starting tip. The second quarter got kind of dicey. They went on the 12-2 run, got the lead back behind some Cameron Payne threes. You know, kind of ugly, but it is what it is. But that third quarter and that fourth quarter by Cade Cunningham, absolutely amazing. Like you said, Jalen Duren, the amount of, you know, work he's put into his defense is starting to show. And even when he fouls out last night, you have a reliable man back there in Isaiah Stewart, who has been playing above his head this season. Absolutely great on the defensive end. And then Asar Thompson. I absolutely love Asar Thompson. When he pushes the pace, this Pistons team is absolutely dangerous, man. I like the makeup of this team. And you have to remember, they're doing all this without their second leading scorer in Jaden Ivey. So you gotta give it up to them, the coaching staff. Everybody is on one accord right now. The chemistry, I brought it up yesterday, is flowing with this team. And they're starting to become not just a feel-good story now. Now it's starting to become these guys are actually competing. Not saying they're going to win a championship or anything, but they are going out there each and every night and they are giving teams hell, man. And you got to look at this team as a kind of serious contender in the East.
And the thing here that I like is when you look at their long-term outlook, they're going to be a serious contender for a long time. They're set up for that. If they're having this type of success right now, while all the teams around them are really having a lot of dysfunction, some both in the Eastern Conference and the Western Conference, this thing is set up well for the Detroit Pistons to make a couple shrewd moves over the next few years and put themselves firmly in a position to be that team. But right now, first step is this. Who are you going to be? Because now we see that you have an opportunity to be a top 6 playoff team.
Right.
Go and grab that if you can grab that. You know, that's why I love waiting those 30 games into the season and then seeing the recipe of the team that we got right now. Because, you know what, if they take the step forward and they just missed out on the play-in, I would have been okay with that marginal improvement. But why set that at the beginning of the season with what we're seeing right now, that first 10-game gauntlet, what we thought, many people thought they're going to win 2 games. And we see what this squad is right now. They started off 0-4. And what they've shown is there's a lot of character there. Yeah. That's where J.B. Bickerstaff gets a whole lot of credit. These players, they said that they had some idea, but not all of it. And what J.B. Bickerstaff has done is clarified things for them, made things plain, helped them be able to see how to best use their abilities and their talents. We've been waiting for Jaden Ivey to be a person who slows down just a little bit while still being fast.
Yeah.
J.B. Bickerstaff helped solve that for him. Cade Cunningham, it's just something different about him, man. I don't know what clicks versus last year over this year. I don't know, but it's almost like Monty Williams was Monstars, bro.
Yeah.
And like something different about what JB Bickerstaff is doing to be able to breathe new life into these players, man, and the vets. I'm ecstatic right now, man. I'm ecstatic, and you know what? Let's hear from our friends at Planet Fitness. We'll come back. We'll talk about it a little bit more, and then we'll get into NFL playoffs. And the Washington Commanders talking crazy, at least their fans.
Hey, I'm not mad at them. They don't know what's coming, though. They don't know what's coming.
Work it out, man.
You know not what you do. But if you want to go get that workout in, as you just previously mentioned, go to Planet Fitness, man. Planet Fitness, over 50 plus Metro Detroit locations, thousands around the world, maybe millions. They probably got Planet Fitnesses on Mars by now, man. But listen, still the best deal in the gym game right now. $15 unlocks just a whole world of ways to get your body right for this new upcoming year. But it's Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports.
Man, you got to be here with us on these breaks that we have. But head over to WoodwardSports.com. Click on that shop tab. We are dropping new merch every single day for you. We got the Grit Detroit football. Stick just showed up yesterday with those 2024 NFC Championships belt-to-ass t-shirts that we got
BTA
as well, too. And you can't forget about the Civilian 16 as well. But new designs every single week for you. Get swagged out. Deck out Ford Field in Woodward Sports gear. WoodwardSports.com. Just click on that shop tab.
Hey, what up, though, people? Welcome back. It is Wake Up Woodward.
BTA.
Hey, look, man, we got TLBS on the way, but our sports teams, man, all of them things, man, all 4 of them things.
I know you pushing the Zach Levine agenda during the break. Man.
Chase got me fired up during the break, too. We got to talk about it because there was a couple super chats in here, man, as we discuss these Pistons just a little bit more. Let's throw some likes in there, man, for your 7th place Detroit Pistons. It was crazy looking at the read, like the preview to the game, and it's like the 3rd place New York Knicks versus the 8th place Pistons. I was like, ooh.
Right.
Ooh.
They won't be 7th place for long. They keep playing like that.
No,
I promise you.
Because you got to look at them. They are healthy. Not just in terms of their, you got to get Jaden Ivey back.
Yeah, of course.
I wanted to see them get
But that's
Jaden
a tough sell depending on the type of injury.
But for their baseline, they are healthy enough that they're not dysfunctional. The Magic, they have to wonder, okay, you get Paolo back. Is he going to get injured again? You get Franz back. Is he going to get injured again? You lost Mo Wagner for the year. Jalen Suggs' back is flaring up again. So there's a little bit of they're not as stable as they once were.
Right.
When you look at the Indiana Pacers, I just don't believe they're a better team than the Pistons.
No.
at all on any level. I'm going to be consistent with that, been consistent with that. And so when I look at this squad, man, they're in a good position to be able to go out there and really take advantage of a lot. But let's get to a couple of those. And shout out to the Red Wings again. I know we're going to have that dude Justin on a little bit later in the week to talk Red Wings again. But you know what? I want to be able to get to those super chats as well.
Yeah, got to.
Yeah.
Oh, you already seen the one Burns put in at $20. Shout out to him once
Shout out
again.
to Burns.
But we also got this as well too from Robert Sloppentop.
Sloppy Toppenheimer. That's my dog, man.
Wait, what?
That's my dog.
What's his name?
Yeah, my boy Robert Sloppy Toppenheimer.
JB.
He dropping
with a serious face.
He
This is
dropping
our
the
guest.
bombs, bro. He dropping the
This
bombs.
is our super chat, JB. Come on, say it with a
I'm
straight
just saying,
face.
this name is like crazy right now. But $2 super chat, Robert Sloppy Toppenheimer. Shout out Isaiah Stewart. Cat is soft. And I
No,
have
that's
to
a
agree.
fact. That is a fact. That's why I don't believe in the Knicks long term. I got to see it in the playoffs. You know, they done gave him the nickname the Big Bodega and all that. Hey, oh, that's cool, bro. Let's see it. Let's see it in the playoffs.
Where are those bells coming from? Where are those bells? But Chase, is that you?
Yeah, bro. Cat is
Give me
soft,
fire
bro.
up.
He been
Yo,
soft, bro.
Over in the offseason, or it might have been like post game, they were talking about his time in Minnesota and now his time in New York, and he was like, I was a boy then. I'm a man now. I wanted to spit out my drink, bro. What? Let's see if you're
What
still a
is he
man if
talking
Jimmy
Hawaiian,
Butler
please.
walks in that locker room. And I don't care how big the motherfucker is. He could come into Detroit. If I'm in LCA and I get to stand right in front of him, I'll tell him the same exact thing. You are soft. You're 7 foot. You need to be playing in the paint. You need to be playing more inside. You just try to shoot 8 threes a game. You're never going to win a title in the NBA. I mean,
Spicy?
yeah. I'm getting fired out, right? He is soft.
Fired.
Dog,
I am
Kool-Aid too fired
now.
up right now.
I've played it my whole life.
I know, for real, bro. You
I'm
done
waiting for times
reported.
like this.
You reported a lot of bad basketball, dog. I'm not even. Hey, get your shit off. Get your shit
man.
off. You
Dog.
deserve this.
And you know what? It's the moxie that they're doing it with too. When Malik Beasley hit that second three,
Yes.
and he talked about it after the game, like, no, bro, there was some fans talking reckless.
Mm-hmm.
And then when he was just dancing and blowing the kiss, I'm like, bro, it's still 6 seconds up. I'm a PTSD Piston fan. I'm like, bro,
and
it's 6 seconds up. We were up 5. It didn't really matter. But he was like,
Bro, they kept leaving him open in the fourth quarter. Those 2 dagger threes by him.
but you know what
Like-
it is? Who you gonna leave open? Who had the ball?
I mean, true.
What was-
I will live and die with Tim Hardaway taking that shot. Malik Beasley, who's leading the league.
But Tim Hardaway he's beaten teams
That
this
is
year.
a fact. That no disrespect to Tim Hardaway. He's done his thing too, but
that's the crazy
Malik
part.
Beasley is deadly right now. Like, you do not want to leave him wide open.
But that's the good problem right now because this is the chain of command. This is how it went.
Yep.
Cade had the ball. What happened? Double team.
Yep.
All down the stretch. Double team, double team, double team.
And can you blame him?
Ball to Tim Hardaway. Tim Hardaway got like 2 or 3 assists in a row just off of plays like that. And no, you can't blame him. You're going to let Cade Cunningham come into your arena and dot you up again? Remember, he just did that in the last game. He got the dub and walked away. Took over Madison Square Garden, did it again in this one, man, and it was beautiful. CSC, we got another super chat, JB, from Jay Hart, I believe.
Oh yeah. Another super chat from Jay Lionheart. Detroit sports teams are 19-2 in 2025. Stand the F up, Motor City. It's FTC mode now. Vikings dead.
Damn right.
Vikings dead. Green Bay's dead. It's time for the Kings to roar.
Hey, I see Jay Hart got one in there as well, I think. $4.99. It says he's laughing, man. He got this in all caps. I don't even know if my vocal cords can do this, but you know what? We'll give it a valiant, fired up effort, man. I could cry right now, fellas. This team stands on business.
All day.
Shout out to JB and F the Knicks. All NBA Cade. Outstanding team defense. Sasser, pure bucket.
Yeah.
And you know what? Shout out to Marcus Sasser. He got the belt last night. He stepped up big. And it was interesting because Tim Hardaway said, you know what? We've been on his head, boss. You know, we've been on them. And so you know now that these vets are like, bro, they're holding them accountable.
Yeah.
And they are responding because I believe that they still need to go get that facilitator. But until they do anything, this team is going to believe in each other. And that's the thing of them, that they believe. That was the answer to the question that I asked J.B. Bickerstaff. He said, no. We believe in each other, and we believe we could beat anybody. That was before the Knicks game.
That's true.
You know, that was when they beat the 7-win Raptors. Now all of a sudden they go out there and they pop the Knicks. You know what? I'm loving with this team, the identity that they're building and the chemistry they have. Bobby Marks, NBA analyst, he says the Pistons are the best story in the NBA right now.
They really the hottest team right now.
21-19, 31 wins in the prior 2 seasons, bro. They're going to blow right past that.
Yeah.
An all-star in Cade Cunningham. Everyone's starting to say this is national now. Shooters to complement Cade. A nice young core. Duran, Thompson, Holland, Sasser, and Ivy. A tough-minded head coach. And shout out to guys like Ron Holland. Scrappy dog.
That
Ron
kid gonna
Holland,
be good,
dog.
man.
He's going to be good. That was what we talked about draft night. The initial shock was like, man, people want a Dalton Connect. I want a Dalton Connect.
Yep.
But instantly on that same show it was like, whoa. If all he has to do is get the 3-point percentage right, if that's all he has to get right, everything else looks good. And he did it at the G League level. We see it translating already within his first 40 NBA games.
And he's starting to get more confident shooting that 3 ball. I don't know if you noticed the last
Shout out
game,
Fat
he was
Vincent.
able to make one. He's starting to get that confidence because I think that's the biggest part with him. Yes, he's not going to be a 38% 3-point shooter right out the gate, but you have to have confidence in taking that shot. And even if you miss, you got to just keep firing, bro. Like if they leaving you out there, start to learn to make defenses pay, especially when you in that corner. But I love Ron Holland's game, man. He put a little bit of muscle on and continue doing the things that he's good at, playing defense, driving to the basket. I think he's going to be okay, man. But you just love the makeup of these young players on this Pistons team.
Hey, I do. And JB Smooth, I just got to hear you talk. You'll talk about these Pistons. We got a few more minutes here, and then we move on to we got to talk about the NFL playoffs and kind of what went down last night. Bury those Vikings.
They was buried a week ago.
Yeah,
There was dead men walking out there.
Oh, so they caught the Honolulu flu.
Yeah.
Strikes again.
Strikes
Man.
once
That
again.
shit terminal.
And
You
we got to
get
talk
that?
about the Commanders. They're begging
boy.
for Detroit.
Yeah.
And I get it. Their fans are saying, hey, look, bro, don't take it personal. We don't know how to act right now. We love y'all. Like, their fans are like, we actually think y'all are going to, like, win the whole thing. But,
Yeah.
but
No.
we going crazy right now.
I seen some of their fans in the comments like, why are we asking for Detroit? Like, let's just let the game play
It
out.
changed
Like,
the whole way. Remember yesterday, I was like, oh, put it on the show sheet. Now I'm just like, oh, man.
I told you.
They're just like us.
I can't blame them, man.
I can't. They were
But
like, man, y'all
you-
should know how it feels. I'm like,
It's
do.
it's not the same, but at the same time, like you asking, you shall receive, and we gonna treat y'all real good when y'all come down here. Don't you worry.
we definitely.
Don't you worry. We gonna treat y'all real
Detroit's a
nice.
beautiful city. It's the best place. It's the best place you could be if you want to be able to, after you lose.
After you get an ass whooping,
Yeah, you know what I mean? Be able to pick yourself up just a
the
little
nice
bit, man.
soft sheets of the Buck Cadillac after an ass whooping. They'll
Talk
treat you
about it,
good.
man. Talk about it.
Shinola. We'll get you together.
Hey, you know what? We have more than Greektown right now.
That's a fact.
It's a whole lot more.
a fact.
JB Smooth, talk to me about these Pistons, man. I'm so fired up. Woodward Sports MVP.
Oh,
and the
I
TD,
got you.
it's the team.
It's a
Victory
Tuesday.
Show Tuesday. All of the above, man.
Them breasts ain't sagging.
Not
It
today.
is a Tuesday once again. Got to show some love to the super chat as well too. Once again, shout out Dante151. $4.99 super chat. Chase is not wrong about Cat. Also, Cat's 3-pointer shot is so freaking weird that it looks like he's shooting a free throw. Hashtag K4 MVP in all caps. And hey, I don't think Chase is wrong. Cat does have that weird 3-point shot.
Hey, it
but-
works though.
Yeah,
You gotta
it
give him
works
credit.
for
It
you.
works.
Yeah, keep doing it. But shout out to the Pistons as well. Cade is him, bro. Cade, I can't stop speaking enough about Cade, but my God, as you said, KG, that fourth quarter, my man went off. I did put in a parlay for it, missed by one leg, but still, everything else hit for the
Good.
Pistons. Shout out once again.
You righted your wrongs. I told him he had to bet on the Pistons because he turned on us the other night. But it's all good. We got him back.
Hey,
We got him back.
Cade Cunningham is popping up on people's MVP rankings. He is now 7th on clutch points by Mr. Siegel, who writes for them. I think their head NBA writer.
Okay.
At clutch points, and he has Cade 7th above Donovan Mitchell, which is interesting because the Cavs are looking like probably the best freaking team in the NBA.
They are nuts. 5 losses on the whole year. They balling right now.
everybody.
I mean,
That
Neil
little
was talking
slip.
about that with Cade yesterday. He was saying he's a fringe MVP candidate. Like he should be in the discussion at the very least. His name needs to be mentioned.
I believe that the question, I truly believe that the question of all NBA now is done. If
told
this
y'all.
pace stays, All-Star question was already answered. All NBA is effectively, people are starting to say what? Like even the great WUW.
Yeah.
He was like, look, it's not a question of All-Star. It's about, is he starting?
Yeah. No, absolutely. And even if he's not first team, I can understand, bro. But there is no reason why he can't be second or third team. I'm sorry. This is why I came up here and told y'all he's all NBA because he's arguably in first team at this point. But if you don't want to get that to him, that's fine. He better be all NBA by the end of the year if this keeps up.
If this pace keeps up, yes. Yeah. Because you know what? Before we wrap this up, I do got some stats I want to be able to read off just to put this in perspective, man. And I fired something off yesterday. The Pistons, they do a really, really good job at making sure that the media is up to date on the worthiness of these players when these things come about. And so Cade Cunningham's stats are the 21st instance in NBA history in which a player has averaged 23 points, 9 assists, and 6 rebounds in a season. Yeah. All of the 20 instances were all-star seasons. Those were by 8 players in total, those 21 instances. Oscar Robertson, 9 times. Nice. Nikola Jokic, 3 times. Russell Westbrook, 3 times. LeBron James, 2 times. James Harden, Luka Doncic, Magic Johnson, and Cade Cunningham each 1 time. And you know what? It's interesting because this is a stat that even Michael Jordan is not even in. Wow. That's what's interesting about this. Cade Cunningham is one of 3 players in the NBA right now, averaging at least 24, 8, and 6. Does anybody want to take a guess of who the other 2 players could be in the NBA with those averages currently? You got me. Go ahead. What about you, JB? Who do you think those players are? The other 2, there's only 3 in the NBA averaging 24, 8, and 6. Who are the other 2 in addition to Cade? 24, 8, and 6?
24, 8, and 6.
24 points, 8 assists, 6 rebounds. Oh, think heady. Think high-minded.
Ooh.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know. You got me on this one.
You, Chase GPT? 24 points, 8 assists, 6 rebounds. I wonder if the
assist is where you got me.
Yeah. Because I want to say Shea, but I know he doesn't average those other like the assists and rebound numbers.
He averaging more points.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's I don't know. Part of me wants to just say like maybe you're gonna say like LeBron or something like that.
I'm seeing people say Luka. It's not Luka.
Yeah, Luka only has like
one
6.
of them.
Yeah, LeBron
is one, which is amazing. He is definitely changing me.
Yeah, I tried to tell you, man. Y'all can't ignore greatness. Y'all went for 20 years ignoring greatness.
But if he didn't go for 20 years, he wouldn't be getting at my heart just a little bit right now. But LeBron is one. Does anyone know who the other one is? And
Eastern or Western Conference? No, let's give us some hints. I like guessing.
Shay, no, it's not Shay. Western Conference.
Western Conference.
Thomas guessed one of them. I see Thomas in the chat. It's not Harden. It's not.
Yeah, not at this point.
It's not Harden. Bluegrass.
Luka is averaging more points, I believe.
Thomas got it.
Is it KD?
Nope, not KD. This is what's amazing about these stats, that Cade is in a level that makes people uncomfortable to actually talk about.
The only other person I could think of.
Oh, they said Joker?
Nikola Jokic.
Wow.
No.
Nikola Jokic, Cade Cunningham, and LeBron James are the only 3 players in the NBA averaging 24, 8 assists, and 6
That's a hell of a
rebounds,
list.
man. And he's also averaging career highs of 24.2 points per game, 9.5 assists per game, 6.7 rebounds, 0.8 blocks, 45.8% field goal, and 37.8 from 3. All career highs. All-star that man, all NBA that man. It's no longer a question. If this continues, this is what it is. And now he's going in and he's battling people like Tyrese Halliburton and Jalen Brunson, and he's beating them in their homes.
And he's playing with a fire that I just haven't seen out of Cade Cunningham. A lot of people wanted to, rag on Cade because he had the sleepy look. The way he plays is very slow, almost methodical like. But I've always appreciated about him. Those type of players are always the most dangerous. The players that you have to adjust to their speed and they don't have to adjust to the NBA speed. Those type of players are absolutely ridiculous. Like I said, Luka Doncic, he's the perfect example. You can't speed him up, but he's going to drop buckets on you. And now we're seeing that out of Cade with a little bit more NBA seasoning on him now. Mm-hmm. He's going out there. He's getting what he wants. He's getting to his spots on the floor. And you can't stop him. If he decides to use his body, going in the low post, what you going to do about that? If he pulls up at the elbow, it's money. If he pulls up from 3 now, it's money. Like, y'all better stop playing with Cade, man. He is elevated. He is absolutely elevated.
And that's the misconception, is that if you show up thinking he's slow and then you look at his moves and you're like, yo, why is he leaving defenders in the dust?
Yeah.
In the post, out on the perimeter, on ISO, off ball. There's no way that people are stopping him. And when KD said this last year, and when KD said this his rookie year, I told you guys, take it serious then.
Right.
When they start
KD is a real hooper. Like, he knows. If he calling that out, y'all need to believe that.
You know where KD's from? From the DMV.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what else is in the DMV?
The Redskins?
So yeah,
the Commanders.
Them Commanders.
Whatever your preference.
Hey, look, I reached out to my publicist. She works at Fox 5 DC in Bethesda, Maryland. And we're going to get some guests on.
Nice.
To preview this before the end of the week.
I would love to talk to some Commanders.
It might be some high-profile Commanders fans.
My buddy, who's a Commanders fan, I went to the Lions game with. He's been in the chat a little bit already this morning.
Who's my man from the Chappelle Show?
Oh, Donnell Rollins, bro. That's my dog, too. Man, I was surprised to learn he was a Commanders fan.
We're trying.
Yeah.
We're trying. Like it might get really, really hype, but we got to talk about it first. Talk about these Vikings a little bit, and then we got to talk about the Commanders, who I don't laugh at as much with them.
Yeah.
There's a lot that we got to take serious, no matter the confidence that we have in these Detroit Lions.
Absolutely.
So, hey, JB Smooth, you want to tell us about where are we going? You telling us about
Woodward in Maine.
Woodward in Maine.
Woodward
KG.
in Maine.
Our brother Matthew Broder.
Yeah, of course, man. And the New Holland pregame show, with two of the
Baseball
most
players.
insufferable voices at the network. But we will start with Woodward in Maine with my boy Matt Broder and the legend Terry Foster, who is now a converted Lions fan for life, man. And listen, if that's coming from him, you better take notice, man. This Lions team is absolutely for real. But start your mornings with them 8 to 10 a.m. and then right after that, roll into the New Holland playoff pregame show with Neil Rule and Sean Belegian, and they are going to absolutely just give you the real information that you need to go into this game against the Commanders, man, because you ask and you shall receive. But you get all this on Detroit's #1 sports network, that is Woodward Sports.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Back-to-back NFC North Division champions. The Detroit Lions are playoff bound and ready to eat the kneecaps of anyone standing in our way. Follow Woodward Sports as we cover the best season in Detroit Lions history. Go Lions!
Talk about pressure, we live in pressure. That's where we freaking thrive. You get it again.
From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Hey, fuel your Detroit sports fandom with the perfect cup and become a subscriber of Sabbath Coffee Roasters. Whether you're gearing up for a big game, saving a quiet morning, or kicking things off with Wake Up Woodward via Woodward Sports, Sabbath Coffee Roasters has you covered with fresh, locally roasted specialty coffee delivered right to your door. Head to www.sabbathcoffeeroasters.com. Choose your favorite roast. Use code Woodward to get 25% off your first subscription order. Awaken and wine. Support local and enjoy game day right with Sabbath Coffee Roasters.
Now, I tell you what, I like you and I want you. Now, we can do this the easy way or we can do it the hard way. The choice is yours.
Well, I don't think you and I will be doing anything any kind of way.
Okay, I see you choosing the hard way.
What up, though, people? It's Wake Up
Shout out to
Woodward,
Chase
man.
for that,
I'm on one right now.
Hey,
Who
man.
cooked that up?
That was Chase. That was all
Shout
Chase,
out to
man.
Chase,
Chase,
man.
you the man for that.
Chase, GPT, Spicy Chase, all of the above has shown up. Man, Detroit Zoo Chase even showed up, man.
Right. The choice is yours.
He's out.
I love that,
All
man.
of it,
Shout out
dog.
to Boondocks, bro. Classic.
And you know what? It's interesting because you hear them chanting, "We want Detroit."
We want Detroit.
The last time I heard
We
somebody
want
begging for
Detroit.
attention and putting Detroit in the same sentence was the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah.
And all we've seen them do is get that BTA treatment, man. Would you like to tell the people just who don't know what BTA is?
Belt ass.
Yeah, they got that treatment, bro. Hey, Chase has a demonstration for you guys of what happened to the Vikings this year when they faced the Lions. There you go.
What I tell you?
Hey, absolutely, man. And so it's like, it's interesting to see what happened to the Vikings because we already know, talk about us, not the Lions. People should be talking about us, blah, 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 blah. Meanwhile, the Lions just went out there and did work, and people talk about the Lions because they do work.
Yeah.
Look, people are ready to spit the Lions out of their mouth, and they still can't do it. Because the Lions just keep winning.
I know it's
They're not
hard.
allowing people to.
I know it's hard to adjust, but this is for real. Like I said, this is real life right now.
This is real life, but you've been effectively our NFL correspondent on the show. Shout out to our brother Flannel Sam as well.
Yep.
But you've been our NFL correspondent, our playoff correspondent. The Rams, Vikings, 27-9. Man, the Rams spanked the Vikings. Sam Darnold turned into that pumpkin against the Lions that High Def Stuff predicted, and he has not returned into a man.
No, that's a fact. and the Rams had as many sacks as the Vikings had points. 9, count them. 9 sacks on Sam
Honolulu
Darnold.
flu is real.
Yeah, he was on his back the whole night. Not much else they could do. But this is, he a $2 hook. It's all good. But this is what we were saying after they played the Lions. This is what we were saying after they played the Lions. Like, they are too dependent on putting the ball in the air. Aaron Jones is literally just not the same player that he once was. And since you have no run game, you're so dependent on getting the ball to Justin Jefferson, getting the ball to TJ Hockenson, getting the ball to Jordan Addison, that when teams can game plan and scheme for that, it's over, and that's what you effectively saw. Sean McVay, they took the Lions playbook and applied it to this game, and you got the same exact result. And Sam Darnold is just not that guy in big moments. We have to admit it.
And when you look at how the Rams won this game, it's what makes it even more embarrassing. They didn't go out there and just house them. You look at the stats, and everything is just pedestrian. It just shows you just how bad the Vikings are, man.
Yeah.
Where are those fans at? But when I look at the stats, Matthew Stafford, 19 of 27, 209 yards, 7.7 average, 2 touchdowns. Just did his thing.
He did his thing.
Nothing out this world. Even from the running game, they rushed for 90 yards total. Kyron Williams only had 76, man. Matthew Stafford got, I think Matthew Stafford got sacked a couple times.
He did.
But the receivers, man. Tyler Higbee led them in receiving with 58 yards.
That's crazy.
Puka Nacua had 44. Cooper Kupp had 29, man.
What has happened to Cooper Kupp? Man, I don't know what's
and
going
they
on.
Still
He
popped
hasn't.
the Vikings.
Yeah, he hasn't been the same since that injury, but I still wouldn't sleep on Cooper Kupp. He's really good in the slot.
But now we got to talk about these Commanders because now they're the latest team asking for Detroit. Everybody got Detroit in their mouth. Everybody calling us out, and I don't even understand what we did.
Yeah.
All we did was went and got it out the mud the way they say the American dream is supposed to have gotten.
Hey, but when you at the top, it's always a target on your back.
That's true.
We got to learn to live with that now.
The race does not end when you feel like you've gotten the crown. That's when it really begins because you got to watch your back now.
Yep.
And that's the thing that I love about this Lions team in terms of what Dan Campbell always preaches. Bro, we are on your porch. And if we get into a tussle, this is the one thing that people have to understand that I believe people are underestimating here with this matchup. If we get into a tussle, we are going to drag you out to that deep, dark abyss.
Yeah.
I do expect it to be that. People get so upset about how the Detroit Lions play their physical and their aggressive style of defense, but that to me is the best component or the best kind of just symbology of it. They're going to beat you up all game long, and then by the end of the game, you got the other team just looking a little less efficient. You have the other team not hitting their marks. You got the quarterback selling passes. We saw this with Sam Darnold. We've seen this with Kyler Murray earlier in the season. We saw this with Geno Smith. We've seen them do this to quarterbacks that got a little bit of wiggle this season, and I do believe that the Commanders fans, hey, bless your hearts, Bless y'all hearts, man. I know that y'all are happy to be here. I know that y'all do believe in your team, despite knowing the Lions are definitely going to be one of your biggest challenges of the season, man. But this is something completely different.
Yeah,
Neil said it best yesterday.
They not ready, man. And unfortunately for the Commanders, maybe if this matchup was, 3 to 4 years down the line, the Lions got a couple Super Bowls in their back pocket, and we are just a team that's been at the top for a while, maybe I'd be a little more concerned about this type of matchup because the Washington Commanders will come in young, hungry, ready to win. But unfortunately, you in the middle of our story right now. And for the Lions, this is a team that is absolutely hungry. They got the taste in their mouth from that NFC Championship game last year, and they are going full speed ahead to the Super Bowl, and nothing is going to stop this team. I'm just convinced nothing is going to slow this team down on that path, especially not a team at this stage like the Washington Commanders. There's a lot to like about the Commanders. I mean, you got to give it up. This was supposed to be a top of the draft team, and they turned that and flipped that into a first round playoff victory with the rookie quarterback that looks like he's going to be here to stay for quite a long time. And you got to just give them credit for that. But at the same time, this Lions team is experienced. We've been in the trenches before, and we faced tougher opponents that came out on the other side of it. Not to say that they aren't a good team, but they're just not ready for the type of physicality and just on field performance that the Lions are going to bring to them Sunday or Saturday.
Hey, Chase, I see you in there, man. Looks like you're just in there bottling up some energy, but just talk to me about this. People have been asking for the Lions. It didn't work out so well for the Vikings. They wanted the attention. They didn't think people should be talking about the Lions. They felt they were better. And now all of a sudden, we heard what the Packers are doing, Xavier McKinney. How did that work out for them? We know how the NFC North, how they felt. Now we got another division, the Commanders. They are asking for the Lions, man. Talk to me about this.
I mean, they're asking for it. I mean, you can ask for it, but be careful what you wish for because you just might get it. I mean, this team has proven all year, despite what they've had to deal with, injuries, personnel, like getting booted out of games, like Brian Branch, against the Packers in Lambeau. Like, doesn't matter what you throw at them. They can go down 16-0 at the half, throwing 5 interceptions in a game, but they're still going to fight back. They're still going to find a way to win. So you can say you want Detroit, but I don't know why on earth you'd have any type of confidence they're going to come in here and be nothing more than some more food for these Lions.
Listen, I'm not mad at that logic at all.
No,
and
I'm not.
For all the things that Jaden Daniels does well and his team does well, the Lions match up really, really well against them in terms of what their strengths are. We all know that Jaden Daniels can be inefficient at times. He can do the heroics and all that, but with a Lions team coming in this physical that can just wear you down quarter after quarter, I just don't know how that's gonna fare. Even if they were to get a lead, no lead is safe when the Lions are, on your tail, man. The Lions are going to come after you down after down after down until they get back. And, this is a bottom of the NFL ranked rush defense. And we all know what the Lions make their money off of. So I think you take that into account. And you got to give them credit. They are a top 3 pass defense. But if your rush defense is so bad and we get to killing you there, you already know what that opens up for the Lions offense. It's that play action.
Because we are going to talk about Monty's return, and you know what? There was a good question raised on the heavies last night. Shout out to Spinny, shout out to Easy, shout out to Platty, and get well soon, Nick, as well.
Yeah.
And that question was, what do you do when Monty does get back? What is your strategy? And I know we kind of talked about it a little bit, but I do want to talk about it because this is one of those our strength versus one of their weaknesses. And so I do want to kind of just talk about that a little bit today. But I want to be able to discuss a little bit more in the next segment the Jaden Daniels effect. This guy is special.
Yeah.
As a rookie, he put up some special yards, and those rushing yards are nothing to sneeze at. So I want to be able to talk about the strategy there, our defense versus Jaden Daniels in the next segment. So let's say what up, though, to some friends. I think I got to tell the people about Lady Jane's.
You do? Would you want to read off the super chat real quick?
Hey, read it off for me, brother.
Oh, I got you.
You got this back wall cooking up,
too.
Yeah, it's
got
fire,
that back
bro.
wall right there. Shout out. LJ Holmes, 1999 super chat. Jaden Daniels and Terry McLaurin will be representing Lansing on Saturday because it's going to be a 5 to 17 connection all day. What do you guys think?
Hey, read that one more time.
I got you. He said, Jaden Daniels and Terry McLaurin will be representing Lansing on Saturday because it's going to be a 5 to 17 connection all day.
Okay.
For those who don't know, 517 is the area code for
Yeah,
South
yeah.
Central Michigan, like the Lansing, Jackson area.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. You know what though? We've seen this recipe, and the Lions still have gone out there and done work. We've seen wide receivers go out there and put up big games. We've seen quarterbacks go out there and put up big yards. It still didn't matter to the outcome of the game. And that's where when Dan Campbell says things like, hey, listen, we just want to win a game.
Yeah.
Hey, he even said it like, listen, our focus right now is this one game. Not Super Bowl. It's this game. And we're putting all of our focus into that. Do y'all know who this Lions team is? Do you know who Dan Campbell is? He's saying this. That's energy that's focused like a laser.
Yeah.
Everybody should be concerned because they continue to go out there and exceed expectation. Remember how confident people were that they were going to lose, that their defense was just too banged up? How disrespectful to DJ Reader and to Zadarius Smith.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Like, Alexander only comes back. How disrespectful to that secondary as well.
Yeah.
So it's like, come on, guys. I'm not going to forget that we have 4 first-team All-Pros, 2 second-team, a couple more that probably should have made it. Guys like Iffy Melifonwu who possess the talent as such. Guys like Alex Anzalone who, if he played the full year, how you keeping him off?
Right.
Or we'd be sitting there talking about how much of a snub he is. So that's what I'm saying. And Jack Campbell. I can just go down the list. Let's say what up, though, to our friends at Lady Jane's.
Okay.
And we'll get back when we talk about it.
Got you.
And let's get that like poll going, too, man. Let's see if there's Lions fans or if there's Commanders fans in the chat today.
Oh, boy.
One JB Smooth.
700 strong, man. We appreciate y'all.
Hey, because the Lions fans, man, you know what? We're going to make sure they get the best hot lather next year.
Oh, yeah. And the people from the DMV. You know,
They can, too.
Get peppered up before that ass whooping.
Listen, at Lady Jane's, we take the chore out of getting a haircut. Our talented stylist will deliver an industry-leading haircut, relaxing scalp massage, hot lather, neck shave, and a hot towel treatment.
Towel placement varies.
Ask first, don't suggest. Open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app online or in club and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You know, you guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, you know, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
Let's give it up for David Tully, everybody. David Tully. This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
Attention sports fans, don't miss out on expert sports injury insights with Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine. Join Dr. Pierce every Tuesday during Big D Energy and every Thursday on Ermanni and Edwards, where he's offering you top-notch injury advice. So
You got secret sauce.
Hey, the secret sauce. Can't forget about the secret sauce. Trust the guy that D-Mac trusts, because D-Mac called it. Hey, Dr. Jeff Pierce is here to keep you in the game and performing at your best. For more information, visit MichiganSportsandSpine.com or call 248-426-9944. Hey, and we are back in his Wake Up Woodward, man.
Yes,
hey,
sir.
we appreciate you guys for choosing to kick off the day with the WUW Crew. And, you know, hey, we'll try and satisfy that like button real quick.
I don't know.
Man.
The song been skipping lately, man.
Yeah, I gotta redo that.
Yeah, do I gotta acapella this thing,
You
man?
might have to acapella this one today, but I gotta redo that.
Hey, well, let's try something, man. Let's try something. We'll get something going at the very least.
I got you.
Satisfy that like button. We got Smooth Jazz Quiet Storm over here, who's gonna definitely break it down for you guys.
Hey,
but,
listen.
Let's rock.
I know you at home, Commanders fans, and I know you ready to toot that ass up in the air for our Detroit Lions. But listen, while you doing that, just go ahead and hit that like button for us. We working real hard in here. We would appreciate it if you show that love back to us, baby. Y'all know what it is. It's Wake Up Woodward. Hey, with y'all, man. It's too early for this shit, man. I peeped the music too, Chase. I peeped you.
Hey,
waking up to the mix.
I was
on
vibing,
Woodward.
bro. Look, that was a Kool-Aid track too, so I was like, oh, I know this one.
Come on,
I bet you
do.
do. They're nasty Kool-Aid over
Some
here.
of
It's
these
cold,
tracks-
KG. Get in that Bill Withers bag. You know what I mean?
Right. I'm trying, man.
Hey, you know, look, some of them tracks, that was one of the ones, you know, after me and Queen Kool-Aid, just vibing
yeah.
in the morning.
Oh boy.
And I go downstairs and I make a beat.
Here we go.
This the morning after song?
Double beat.
Oh, my God.
Scratch that.
Morning after
The
song.
morning after song.
That's crazy.
The morning after song. Hey.
Was she cooking the eggs? The eggs and the bacon? Oh, man. So, sports.
Sports.
Yeah, back to sports, everybody.
Hey, you know what? We got to talk about one, Jaden Daniels. This was a quarterback, a player that I believed was going to win Offensive Rookie of the Year. And all of us believe, you know what? He's going to have a good shot to do that.
Yeah.
He's elevated the Commanders to a level beyond what I believe any of us in here believe they could be, including Chase. And I see you, Chase. And you know what? They found themselves now moving on after an upset in the playoffs. And now they have the vaunted Detroit Lions. They believe they have this chance, really, because of how special Jaden Daniels has shown himself to be. And just to read off those stats on the year, 3,568 passing yards places him 16th in the league, 25 touchdowns, tied for 10th, 9 interceptions, tied, and then a QBR of 70.5. And then obviously when you talk about him, you got to talk about the rushing yards as well, which is where things get very, very, very special for Jaden Daniels.
Yeah.
And for me, to you, when you look at his last playoff game, because I want to be able to call that out, right? When you look at this playoff game against the Bucs, in which I didn't necessarily see that happen. I thought Baker Magic was going to be able to pull that game out. I thought they were going to win pretty much comfortably, but instead it was the Commanders because of Jaden Daniels' magic being able to get this thing done. But you're looking at 24 for 35, 268 yards, 2 touchdowns, man. He's pretty efficient in that game. Rushing-wise, 13 carries, 36 yards, 2.8 yards a carry, and his long was 8 yards.
Yeah.
You know, how fearful should the Lions be of Jaden Daniels? We keep hearing this vaunted kind of running quarterback is the kryptonite to an Aaron Glenn defense.
Yeah.
But how worried should we be right now?
Do you have to take him seriously? Yes. Should you be scared? Absolutely not. And I've said this multiple times on the network. The Lions only have trouble when they face mobile quarterbacks that can run as good as they throw.
He has 891 rushing yards on the season.
No, and I do understand that, but at the same time, this is somebody that's still relatively inexperienced in terms of the the NFL landscape, and he runs more at the rate he runs now because he is so young. When plays break down, that's just his first instinct is to get out of the pocket and try to make something happen. And he's been pretty good at that. You got to give him credit. But overall, I'm not necessarily worried. We've seen this before. We faced a Kyler Murray, and that's kind of what he reminds me of. He's a little bit better, skill-wise, but we were able to shut Kyler Murray down without too much of an issue. The only real mobile quarterback that has given us trouble is a Josh Allen, and that's because he is proven to be so dynamic, running, out of the pocket, still being able to throw, and even killing you with his legs. So I'm not necessarily worried. If they get into a situation where, they go down early or whatever, I expect him to get out of the pocket and make some plays, but he won't be able to win the game that way, especially with an experienced Lions defense that are going to be keyed in, and you got Alex Anzo back. He's one of the best at being able to cover running quarterbacks. So I'm not worried at all. Like I said, you have to take it serious, But should you be scared? Absolutely not.
I see Greg Osman in the chat. He says KG facts. And I'm seeing a lot of our regulars, Mike G, Xavier D, Crazy Clown, Paul Thomas. We'll continue to shout you guys out. Mike G and others, too, and Hutch. Freddie fell 313 said, quiet storm whispering.
Hey.
$2 super chat, man. Shout out,
We appreciate
shout out
y'all
to the Quiet
listening out
Storm,
there.
and we appreciate you guys tapping in as well. Alex Anzalone, that's the one for me. When we talked all season about the different reinforcements that were coming back in terms of players that were already here, like obviously Zadarius Smith being traded for, great acquisition. But in terms of players that got injured that were already here, we a couple times said, yay, we got the reserves on the way. And
Right.
we were just like on the after show, we were like, well, good thing we won because the reserves wasn't really all that hot. But when Alex Anzalone stepped out there on the field, it was an instant difference. Instant difference. It was like, whoa, where's this been all my last several weeks? And it was what Dan Campbell said that made it really, really stick as well. Like, yo, and the other players, he is the quarterback of that defense, and that cannot be understated. As much importance as we place on Jared Goff, now we understand why this organization has been so bullish and so committed to Alex Anzalone. Even in the beginning, when it didn't look as promising as the fulfillment has been today, they believed in what he can be. And when you saw him come back, arm not even healed up all the way, and he talked about it, the end-to-end speed was something that you saw instantly, and his decision-making, his ability to say, even if the play is for him to rush in, if he gets the inkling that, you know what, I think it could be a play action, and I need to watch the tight end leaking out, we've seen him go and make the right decision.
Yep.
And that's what I like about Alex Anzalone. He just knows how to play football. When we talk about our ball knowers in here, like when I talk about you, when I look at Alex Anzalone, he's just a flat out ball knower. He's gonna be a future coach, in my opinion.
No, I can definitely see that. You know how disciplined he is, how he can go out there and just do his job, man. And you know, Alex Anzalone on a broken arm, not even fully healed, he went out there and still led this team in tackles. So, like you said, the sideline speed is going to be key. The fact that he can get people on the ground is going to be key, because if Jaden Daniels burns you, you don't want him to burn you for X amount of yards. So you absolutely need that. And then I'm also looking at Jack Campbell, somebody who was sharpened while Alex Anzalone was gone. And, you know, if you can get him to, you know, not necessarily be the quarterback of the defense, but play that secondary role, I think he'll do a great job, because the Washington Commanders, besides Jaden Daniels, they don't run the football very well. I mean, you got Brian Robinson Jr. back there. I think they just got Austin Eckler back from injury, and he hasn't really looked like himself. So if you can stop that run game, they are going to be a one-dimensional team, and Jaden Daniels' arm isn't developed enough to where I'm worried about that.
Yeah, exactly. When I talk about how Josh Allen, he played a perfect game, can Jaden Daniels be that? You can see flashes of it, but he's not Josh Allen, and that's where the difference is. It took all of that. One mistake, even if people want to say 6-point game wasn't really close, one mistake by Josh Allen in that game is the Lions. Period. Just one mistake. Think about that.
Yeah.
And so when you think about what the Lions have been able to do at forcing quarterbacks, even good quarterbacks, into making mistakes, I do believe that one or two mistakes in this game will cost the Commanders a lot. And we've seen that the Lions take that and turn it into a drubbing, an avalanche, a blowout. And so I expect them to be able to get after it and to mix up into disguise those pressures. But one player in particular, Ife Melifonwu, Ifeatu Melifonwu, to be more appropriate to his name. And shout out to his agent, Sean Stiletto. Hey, you know, what do you do with him? Because I know that the tantalizing thing is to bring the pressure off the edge. But do you think that there is a little bit more to maybe dropping him in coverage and stunting a little bit more with those linebackers like they did against the Vikings?
No. I think you want to keep the pressure on Jaden Daniels and force him to make decisions that he wouldn't want to make. You know, especially with the heat on his ass. And two people that you got to worry about in this Commanders offense, it is Zach Ertz and it's Terry McLaurin. And Terry McLaurin, hey, shout out to you. I have drafted you in fantasy about 3 or 4 times over the years, and you have performed every single fucking time. So I got to give, you know, Terry his love. But if you can effectively limit what he does, and you know, you put Anzo on Zach Ertz, somebody who is a good tight end, but he's kind of up there in age, a little bit long in the tooth, not very agile, then I think that you have a recipe for success. And if you look at kind of what the Lions did against the Vikings, you were able to effectively take out a Justin Jefferson, a Jordan Addison, and a TJ Hockenson all in the same game. So when I look at this receiving core, it's not not nearly as formidable as what the Vikings even offered. So I think if you can limit what Terry McLaurin can do to you, I think the Lions are in good position to win this game, and you can do that by sending Iffy on those type of blitzes, providing that extra pressure, because they need to manufacture a pass rush. We have to be real about it. You can't just allow Jaden Daniels to stand back there for 5 to 6 seconds and kill you.
Yeah, and I think we got a couple super chats there. While JB gets those prepared, I think we got one from .10151 and one from Crayons for breakfast. If you can get those prepared and read those off in just a little bit, but I want to make sure we're giving a little time to digest what KG just stated, because you're spitting knowledge right now.
Yeah.
KG is one of our ball knowers here. There's a lot of people that spit football very, very well at this network, and KG is one of the ones that does that for us during this morning show. And you know what, when you talk about the differences in between who the Commanders are versus when I talk about the Bills, those are the subtle differences. The wide receiver core is not necessarily the same. When you talk about if they had to match it with the Rams, that's a situation where you are concerned about the arm talent of a Matthew Stafford, the moxie,
right?
His ability to play in late games and big pressure situations. He has a Super Bowl experience, and then he has the receiving core and the running backs around him. And I still would pick the Lions in that matchup too. But against the Commanders is where I do believe some of their lack of experience and some of their not knowing what they're about to walk into. Some people say, oh, they're playing with house money. That doesn't always help you.
No.
That doesn't. Like I tell you, there were some areas in the DMV that I didn't know where I was at and didn't know I was in the wrong place.
Yeah.
And it could have been really, really bad.
Yeah,
and this is where I think in reverse now. This is the antithesis of that moment. All these years later, I had to have my experience so that now the Commanders are going to have their experience. And that's just the thing. Have fun with it.
Yeah.
But understand, BTA is not just a word. The Lions have taken these marketing schemes and words, and it's just been real life. Grit. It's real now.
Yeah.
BTA, it's a real thing. So just be prepared. If you haven't gotten a spanking in a while, just be prepared.
No, that's real. And sometimes it's just the little things. Like we talked about Sam Darnold. He's not used to being in these type of game situations. So what did he do? He shit the bed. Jaden Daniels, for as talented as he is, you have not been in a playoff Ford Field atmosphere. And that's where, the Lions fans come into play. Y'all got to make it real hard on this young guy coming in here. He don't really know what he's walking into. Walking into this rabid Lions fan base, Ford Field, prime time, and you got to go in here and you got to make plays against the noise. And this Lions defense is going to be tough, man. And I think AG will absolutely have these guys ready to go.
Chase, I'm going to come right back to you after these super chats. I need you to get the fans fired up. I need the PSA. I need the promo.
Cavassier
Make
Chase.
sure they know that Ford Field needs to break the decibel record. So get ready. I need that Cavassier Chase energy, that spicy chase. But JB Smooth, we got some super chats, huh?
Oh yeah, we got some super chats.
Shout out
Trying
to
to
this
throw
back
these
wall,
out
man.
up on
You
the
are
back
cooking.
wall as well too. $5 from Crayons for breakfast. Curious to see if Jack keeps that green dot again like last week. You could tell it let Enzo run free and ball out. 2 QBs on defense. Jaden is mid. And then you also got Dante151 as well too, sending in this super chat. $4.99.
Shout out both of them.
Can we stop with the narrative with the Lions have problems with running quarterbacks? Everyone has problems with running quarterbacks. Let it go.
That's a fact. And I really like that, Dante. And to kind of answer what Crans for breakfast said, I think that Anzo's going to get that green dot back. And I did like the fact that they, let Jack Campbell handle it because he earned that. And you also wanted to give Anzo time to ease back into the game plan, seeing that he didn't play for all those amount of weeks. But Anzo is your best linebacker. He is the most, IQ, the biggest IQ linebacker that you have. So in the playoffs, this type of situation, I think he gets that green dot back.
Hey, you know what? And that, to me, it's a good problem to have.
No, absolutely.
It's almost like first world problems to have.
Yeah.
When people start talking about all the injuries we have, yes, they are great injuries. But you do yourselves a disservice and you are disrespecting all pro level players and players who are taking those next steps to be really Pro Bowl caliber players. You're disrespecting those guys. Jack Campbell took a really, really, really big step forward, man.
Yeah.
Alex Anzalone is back. Ife Melifonwu is back. And you got to think about this. Players like Zadarius Smith. Think about DJ Reader and what these couple weeks off have meant for them.
Yeah.
To get their bodies right for this next game.
Mm-hmm.
That to me means the world. And I know that we're not talking about it today, but mind you, put it on your calendars. We're going to talk about J-Mo either tomorrow or Thursday. I believe that Jameson Williams has an opportunity to show out.
He really does.
Talking about my godson?
I mean, all the noise right now is about not being able to stop the run, right?
Yeah.
Play action is going to F them up, bro.
No, I'm telling you. And I gave you the stat. The Commanders are third in the league in terms of regular season being a third-ranked pass defense. But when your rush defense is so bad and you're going against a Lions team that literally lives off the play action, it could spell trouble for those corners, man. Because eventually you got to try and stop those running backs, man. You're going to have Monty back. You know what Gibbs can do. So you have to respect that. You're going to have to, cheat some of your safeties and corners up. And when you do, you have the potential to get burned with an Amon-Ra St. Brown and a Jameson Williams, man. So make no mistake. They got a long day ahead of them.
Jameer Gibbs or David Montgomery out the backfield.
Yeah.
How do you want it? Tim Patrick, how do you want it? Like, let me know. However you want it. Hey, Tabitha Gable, too loud in the D. Southwest says Minnesota sucks. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
confirmed.
I'm looking out here, man. Yo, the chat is just on one. JBell310, Sam Darnold realized he was still Sam Darnold. C-Note 313, couple of Kirby picks. We'll let the Rook know what's up. Let me see here. There's a couple more. Greg Oswald said thank you, JB, for saying that. I guess that was a comment from earlier.
Right.
But people they're fired up, man. They are fired up.
Hey, we here now. It's what we waited for all year long, man.
And you know what? I'm going to do something a little bit different because obviously we know that Monty's back. We're going to talk about it. But I want to be able to talk about what makes the Detroit Lions so different because you got the Washington Commander fans out there saying, we want Detroit, we want Detroit. And it's like little do they realize, you know what? Yeah, your organization kind of wants Detroit too. They wanted Ben Johnson. They did hire somebody from our front office last year into their front office. And they were using a lot of those same code words during their kind of introductions of some of their new staff and such. And so it's cool to see them right now be able to have some of the success that they have, knowing that the Lions way in some part influence what they're trying to do. So I want to talk about, though, what makes them special. And this is from a national perspective, the video that we have that we're going to show.
Okay.
But let's say what up, though, to some of our friends as well. I think you got to tell us about Caesars.
Oh, yeah, Caesars.
You got to make the people some money, JB Smooth.
I got to make the people some money. I was trying to make some money last night with the Pistons. Just one leg fell off short, but I got to shout out Caesars as well for hooking up that parlay. Scan that QR code on screen. Use code word Woodward1000. Deposit up to $1,000, but all you have to do is place a minimum of a $20 bet. You know what? If it doesn't hit, they will throw it right back into your account with no questions asked. It's Caesar Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of us here at Woodward Sports. Make some money today.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app online or in club and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Maine, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and WoodwardSports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Back-to-back NFC North Division champions. The Detroit Lions are playoff bound and ready to eat the kneecaps of anyone standing in our way. Follow Woodward Sports as we cover the best season in Detroit Lions history. Go Lions!
Talk about pressure, we live in pressure. That's where we freaking thrive. You did it again.
From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
All right, Woodward sports fans, whether you're hitting the game or just chilling, Jars Cannabis has you covered. Jars is home to Michigan's largest line of recreational cannabis products right now. They've got 27 locations across the state, so you know they are repping Michigan in a big way possible. 9 locations alone in Metro Detroit, so there's always one nearby you. And don't fear, because if you live in Grand Rapids, Madison Heights, or Milan, Michigan, stores are coming your way very, very soon. Get ready. Jars Cannabis. You trying to get high?
Peter, I think what sets them apart from a lot of other organizations is the system that they have in place in terms of player acquisition and real-time player development. There's a marriage between the front office and the coaching staff that is really starters that are out. They've had starters miss 109 starts in terms of games started. And that is very different as we see the other teams on this list right now. A lot of those other teams, no one else is in the playoffs. And I know this, and I know how hard it is because I lived this. Our Patriots team in 2003 started 42 different starters during that season, which was an NFL record for a division winner, until we broke that record again in 2005 when we had 45 different players having to start. We got knocked out of the divisional round. And I think part of what this is, injuries are not an excuse, but it is a reality in the National Football League, something that you have to pay attention to. And I think that Brad Holmes surely should be in the running, if not the NFL Executive of the Year. He's done a great job. Eric DeCosta has, Adam Peters, the Minnesota Vikings, Kwesi and Ryan Grigson together have done an incredible job. But that's what sets this Lions team apart, in my opinion.
Goodness. You know what? He said so much in there.
He did.
He said that's what, and you ended with that's what, in my opinion, sets the Lions apart. Which one? There was so much there, and I love that he went down the layer of this thing, because it's not just one person. This is a collaborative effort, and that's why it's always intriguing to me that they did bring in the coach before the GM. But to me, it signified that they had an identity that they wanted throughout this entire thing, and that you had to have cohesion from your ownership group to your front office, to your coaches, to your players. And that's what they went out and identified and they got. And that, to me, is what sets them apart. And so when you start to see, and that was via Good Morning Football as well on NFL Network. So when you see them taking the opportunity to say, you know what? Yeah, injuries, man, they're part of football. They're a reality. You know, and no one's going to cry for you. And this team, based on the way that they've been built up and honestly, the identity of the players that they have here, is what sets them apart from so many other teams. We're not talking about, think about it. The Detroit Lions team that lost to the Buffalo Bills was missing so many players on defense. Like, think about if it was just our players versus their players. Mm-hmm. It's a completely different outcome. And so, right after they won the North, we heard a rash of people who just wanted to be able to dump on them. Now I'm starting to hear more of our analytical minds, more of the people that take the time to step back and sit back and really, they're not just kind of looking at the highlights and then covering their team and their district. These people are all now starting to come out and say the same thing. The Lions are built different from the top. And this organization is together. They're cohesive. They're part of the same plan. It's almost like they have the same brain. So when we do see Dan Campbell and we do see Brad Holmes, we see that these guys are effectively the same dudes. They look like brothers from another mother.
No, that's a fact. Everybody in this building is only caring about one thing, and that's playing football and winning the Super Bowl. And to me, there's two things that set the Lions apart from everybody else. The first being the relationship between GM and coach. I've never seen a coach and a GM just be on one accord like, Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes have been. And I think that's very important in terms of a player acquisition, like my man said, and player development. Because how many times have we just seen bad regimes of GM and coach? How many times have we seen it? I mean, you look around the league, you look at what happened with the Giants, Joe Shane and Brian Daboll. You just look around just anywhere, man. Like, we've seen plenty of examples of if you get the wrong people or if you get a GM and a coach that disagree, you might have some success, but you disagree on what players to keep in the offseason, who to let go, who to keep in the building. That can spell disaster, man. And we've seen that even if they are on the same accord, they just might not have the right message. And we've seen that firsthand with the Patricia, Quinn era, whatever the hell his name is. I forget about these people now because they're so far in the past. But you love what the Lions have been able to do, and it's all because Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell have been like tag team partners. They almost finish each other's sentences in a lot of ways. They think alike. When they disagree, they are able to go in a room, flesh it out, and still have that respect for each other at the end of the day. So, man.
And then to trust each other's visions from each perspective. That Dan Campbell will do the right thing with the players that you draft. Because imagine if the right assessment is being made on the players, but that Dan Campbell is wasting them. Yeah. Like, what if players that were drafted prior were supposed to be better than they were, but they didn't have the right system? We know, obviously, with Pistons, because of how we do cover it on the ground level, we can call out some of those. But how do we know that that didn't happen already? We look right now, and everyone keeps talking about, oh, is this a generational run by Brad Holmes? When you look at kind of that relationship between whatever Brad Holmes is doing in his identification and whatever Dan Campbell is doing to make sure these players can develop the right way and reach those, not just potential, but they're blowing through the potential. Jahmyr Gibbs, Brian Branch, Sam Laporta, Penei Sewell, Amon-Ra St. Brown, these guys are blowing through the potential. Jamison Williams is now meeting, if not exceeding people's now changed expectations.
To me, he's on schedule. I mean, if you want to take away, the little time of the suspensions, that's fine. But he's on schedule for everything that the Lions wanted him to accomplish. And just real quick, the second area in which I think the Lions are different than other teams is the fact that they empower their players. And a lot of people look at that and say, oh, it's just the fourth down decisions. Players love that. I think it goes beyond that. I mean, you look at the way they assembled this staff. They are one of the only staffs in the NFL that is mostly led by former players. And that means a lot to the players in that locker room because they
speak on it.
Yep, they understand the grind. They understand what you go through on a day-to-day. And when you have a former player that is not just coaching you, but it seems like they give a damn about you, I think that goes a long way, and those players want to play more for people like that. You see how they take care of their players. If you come in here and you do your job, you're going to get paid, and we've seen that with Brad Holmes, going out there and setting the market plenty of times with players that have come in here and become foundational pieces to this organization. So the fact that they empower their players week in, week out, season in and season out, I think that goes a long way into why players get up on Sunday. Why players give their all on every single down. They don't take plays off. It's because of, the player empowerment that the Lions have instilled.
Hey, you know what? I'm going to read this one here, and I think we got a couple more super chats to read out. But even John Gruden, I know he's over now at Barstool, John Gruden, and he's putting out content. He is a fan of Dan Campbell, what they're doing. And it's interesting because he's not just a personality. He's another person from the NFL. Yeah. And it's interesting because you talk about the energy he has. And even though Dan Campbell shows it a little bit differently, when John Gruden was a coach and they were having that success, he was a presence on the sideline, man. And he was a guy whose energy seemed to mesh with the players almost in a way that we hear the Pistons talk about J.B. Bickerstaff and how the Lions players talk about Dan Campbell. One of those guys I feel like he is out there on the field with you. He says that he got Detroit, man. I think the Roar is officially restored. I don't restored. I just think that the Roar is now finally here. I don't know. We've been down.
Yeah, no, it's here, but it's here to stay though. Like this shit is sustainable. Like you said, the VR headset, you can taste it, man. Kool-Aid 316 says you can taste it.
It all comes back around.
This shit is real, man. And when it's real, when it's authentic, bro, this is why you get the product that you are getting right now with this Detroit Lions team. And they will not be deterred, whether it's injury, whether it's, other teams' expectations of what we can do. They shatter every single narrative, and it's because of things like this, man. Shout out to the Lions, bro.
Hey, shout out to the Lions. You know what? I'm going to talk about David Montgomery. There was a quote from Dan Campbell. I saw via our homie Corey Woods of the M Live as well.
Shout out.
Who put that out there. Shout out to him. He does great work. And I want to be able to talk about it a little bit because obviously we're going to go more heavy breaking down the game on Friday. We're going to get a little bit more into some of the segments on Thursday. So I'm going to need an all four sports team or maybe a Lions theme, Lions playoff theme, Swisher break.
Oh, you know I got you.
Let's do that. We'll take up a couple segments with that. We'll get more into Lions defense versus their offense versus their defense versus our offense and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Players of the game, MVP guys, X Factors. We'll get into that Friday. Tomorrow we got the legend Rod Beard on for a couple segments. Break down the Pistons from his perspective and that of the Detroit news, as well as the Lions, the Red Wings, and you know what? The Tigers, they're voiding arbitration, but want to see them make some news soon. Whether it's Bregman, whether it's Scooble, whether it's something, it's just do something.
Yeah, we got to talk about them.
We got to talk about them soon, man. But, hey, JB Smooth, who do we got to say hello to? I know it's one of these car companies, huh?
Yes, it is one Les Stanford.
Les Stanford and your boy with all the car companies got you covered. Listen, Les Stanford Chevrolet is trying to get you in a new car for the new year. So how about it, man? Les Stanford Buick GMC is here for you. Get a 2025 Hummer EV SUT. Oh, my God. I love these Hummers, by the way. For 24 months with 10,000 miles a year warranty for only $699 per month. Just a $2,000 down payment is all you need, or a 2025 GMC Sierra 1500 Crew Cab, 24 months with a 10,000 mile a year warranty for only $359 per month. Sign and drive, no down payment required. GM discount required for both. But get to Les Stanford today or click on the QR code right above my head here and check out their massive inventory. Les Stanford Buick and GMC, lesstanford.com.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
The bad boys from the NFL are here. Your 2024 Detroit Lions are the hardest hitting, highest flying, trickiest playing, grittiest team in the NFL.
A dominant team.
Get all your coverage of your favorite team right here in your favorite network, Woodward Sports.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Playoff edition version of the New Holland Brewing Company watch party and the post-game show. We get things kicked off for the Lions game with the heavyweights and other Woodward Sports personalities. Hey, I'm going to be in the building this time. I cannot wait. It's live at Hayes Social in Shelby Township. It's the place to be if you're not going to be at the game. It's going to be absolutely packed. Saturday night, it's going to be epic, man. I'm going to be going from Pistons game right to Hayes Social for the Lions.
Nice,
Detroit,
man.
I know it's going to be jumping, so it's going to be awesome to really, be able to smell the environment and taste it. It's just Detroit tastes amazing right now. Hey, and you know what? Right after that, though, we get things going with the post-game show, Stick and Anson. Hey, great coverage, great breakdown of the game immediately following. And you already get their banter as well. Those guys go way, way, way back, and it's some of the funniest stuff that you will ever see. It's entertainment, it's your sports, it's your info, and it's always celebrating a Detroit Lions victory more times than not. You get great food, great drinks, great environment, and all of this is brought to you by our wonderful and our fabulous sponsors, Tangerine Space Machine, Charlie Your Local Long Drink, 1800 Tequila, Soroki's, Sabbath Coffee. I know you're gonna tell us about one of those other sponsors, huh?
Actually, KG is gonna tell you about 1800.
And KG will tell you about 1800. I mean, the best tequila on the market right now, and it's the official tequila of Lions Woodward Sports watch parties and the post-game show. Listen, 1800 tequila and Woodward Sports are going to be at every Lions playoff game, and every time we win said playoff game, we are going to drink 1800 right after said playoff game. So listen, if you with it, you with it. If you're not, you're not. But the proud sponsor of your Detroit Lions is 1800 Tequila, the best taste in tequila. And please drink responsibly.
I don't know what that tastes like.
Hey, you know we run it 1800.
Y'all know y'all hear him out there.
It is Wake Up Woodward. Welcome back, man. It's your boy Brandon A.K. Detroit Kool-Aid, your credential Pistons reporter and writer for the network. KG on the desk has been crushing, filling in for Flannel Sam, our brother. Hey,
yes, sir.
Can't wait to have you back, man. Hey, Black Hollywood, man. How does it feel? Now, you got the Rookie of the Year already in the case. You're going to run for MVP.
Yeah, I mean, it's not enough, man. I'm a team player, you know that. You know, I want to just see Woodward Sports shine, but at the same time, I'm trying to be the best that ever did it.
Hey, let's rock, because everybody on the team has that mindset. That means that we are definitely going to the moon, and we'll be sipping some of that, New Holland, right? It's up there, JB Smooth?
That New Holland or that Cavassier, you know.
Pass the Cavassier.
I see Cavassier over here. His energy is just, he's over there dancing and everything. We might just have to have like a constant like chase cam or something that just streams directly to TikTok.
Bro, when I'm in here, this isn't the booth. This is the Chase Lounge right here.
The Chase Lounge.
Hey, you know what, man? I gotta shout out Corey Woods, M Live. He had this quote from Dan Campbell on David Montgomery returning. It will mean a lot. He's a huge part of us. He's a bell cow. He is a tone setter. He is a catalyst. There's a place for him here, and there's a place for him in this game. And when I hear the word particularly catalyst, is what makes my ear pop up, because that means that he's the guy that is definitely getting things started, and not just started, but he's keeping things in motion.
Mm-hmm.
When you talk about what this Lions team is able to do against the Commanders, I was confident if it was just Jahmyr Gibbs, but with David Montgomery there, I don't think it's as easy as, well, some players are able to make up for his production. David Montgomery is a very special back that defenses have to scheme for, that defenses have to prepare for, that defenses have to say he's running the ball every single time he's in. Goal line, red zone, midfield, in your own zone. That's what they have to state, and that matters. When Craig Reynolds is in the backfield, the defense, they can say, you know what, we're going to just play this thing a little bit more balanced.
Yeah.
But when it's David Montgomery, are you really going to sacrifice 5 yards to carry or the possibility of it?
No.
That's the benefit of having him here. And it's just interesting, too, because those short yardages early in the games is where I believe he's going to pay the biggest dividends. We saw the Detroit Lions offense stall early in games a couple times down the stretch where David Montgomery was either out or I believe he was injured in that Bills game. And he just didn't look right to start at all either.
Yeah.
He was already a little bit hobbled. So, you know what? I want to see him be able to be that guy that the Detroit Lions can lean on right out the gate that we're used to. Punch down the field and put 7 up. Because how much does it change things when you get 7 and then your defense is able to go out there and get a good stop? All you have to do at that point in time, at the very least, is get a Jake Bake 3, and you're up 10-0, and you're feeling good about yourselves, knowing that right now you're controlling things and dictating things. And I state that because we've seen them do that time and time again, KG.
No, absolutely. And listen, shout out to Flannel Sam. He famously called me a Monty, bro. And listen, I'm guilty. I love me some Monty, man, in a non-sexual
Monty
way, of
bros
course.
unite.
But, Monty, man, what he does for this Lions team, it just cannot be understated. And listen, man, Monty, the Lions, the strength in this game right here against the Washington Commanders is the fact that the Commanders are not going to be able to get the football. Like, the Lions play time of possession better than any other team in the NFC and damn near in the NFL. The way we can control clock and just long, 10, 9, 10, 11 play drives right and there. That end in 7. I think that's, absolutely key to how the Lions can beat the Commanders, a relatively inexperienced team. And listen, Monty, having him back with this 2 weeks rest, we know he's not 100%, but that doesn't mean he's not going to be able to come in here and contribute. And I expect him to have a full workload, maybe not as much as he would normally have, but when you have a bruiser like David Montgomery, that takes effect over the course of a game. When you got to go out there and try and tackle somebody like David Montgomery time in and time out, we've seen it, man. He's carried defenders that may have had him in the backfield 3 or 4 yard loss, and then he turns it into a 6-yard game. Yeah. We've seen him literally carry whole defenses, on his legs because he just won't stop running. So when you got to deal with that for a whole entire game, that's tough. And then you add the Jahmyr Gibbs element into that. Now you got somebody with this lightning fast speed that you can't even keep up with your eyes, let alone your feet. So, man, I think that they are really going to be able to exploit that against the Commanders. And while I think Monty won't have his traditional workload and you will still have to lean on Gibbs a lot in this game, also you'll get some contributions from a Craig Reynolds. You might see Sayoni Vaki here and there. But ultimately, Monty is going to be able to get those garbage yards, man. And I look forward to him having an impact against the Commanders' defense.
I definitely do. And that's what I'm saying. Like, first quarter, any type of lulls. And like you stated, bro, this is going to have to be the game plan, especially if you want to be able to minimize the amount of opportunities that Jaden Daniels has to go out there and try to sauce your defense. You have to control the time of possession, and that's been one of the key weapons for the Detroit Lions. Controlling the time of possession and winning the turnover battle. I believe those are your two most important things in this game. Everything else will work itself out because I do trust our dogs. I trust our Lions. Word to Cavassier or Chase GPT over there. I do. I just trust them to go out there and handle things. So if you're going out there with a David Montgomery, that gives you even that much more an opportunity to control things. And then Ben Johnson's able to go and play chess, not master, but chess God, G-A-W-D. And that's what I'm looking for. Open up that well because I want to see just how deep it is. Every week, he just continues to show me it is legitimately, what is it, Lily Phillips deep?
Right.
Shout out to our brother Flannel Sam.
The future heroin addict.
Hey, put some love in the chat for Flannel Sam too, man. Put some love in the chat. We got a few more minutes. We just sitting talking about it. And the question that the heavyweights did pose last night is, how do you handle this thing? Because Easy said this. He was on the side of, look, I like superstar Jahmyr Gibbs. Mm-hmm. He is tantalizing. Every time he touches the ball, the more opportunities he has to what? Break that home run. But Spinney was more on the side of what David Montgomery brings to the table is what we absolutely need in this game. You need him. He is a number one back as well. And so where do you sit with this, man? Is it one where you're like, look, restore things back to where they were? Or are you looking for Jahmyr Gibbs still to kind of be the bell cow? Or are you going with David Montgomery now to be kind of your bell cow, your tone setter, as Dan Campbell stated?
They not going to switch up what has gotten them here. And what has gotten them here is being able to interchange both of those backs, just depending on game flow. I think game flow would dictate a lot in this game. If the Lions get up early, I think you can expect to see a lot of Monty out there if he's healthy enough, of course, to take those reps. But you got to lean on Gibbs a little bit more. And just based on what he's giving you the last 3 to 4 weeks of football, he's shown you that he can be the one to go out there and set the tone, for this Lions offense. So if you want to be able to ease Monty into the game, I can see them starting the game with Gibbs, on that first drive. Let him get as many yards as he can, and you can also utilize him in the backfield as well. So if you want to give him a heavy dose of Gibbs early, I can understand that. Then once you get a lead, you give him Monty. You give him those long drives, time of possession football, and then capitalize that way.
Because think about this, man. Every single time he's running out there, he is doing damage. That's just how it goes. I asked people last night, like, is Devon Witherspoon still with us? Is he still here? Because that wasn't even on a running play. That was on him catching the ball out of the backfield and putting him on his backside and then still dragging a couple defenders and running up for over, 20-plus yards.
Yeah.
What up, though, JB Smooth?
No, I just wanted to add on to that. I truly believe that this Saturday, this Lions offense is just going to slowly wear down this Commanders defense. And Commanders, hey, I congratulate you for making it this far. Jaden Daniels, shout out to you. Amazing rookie season. But this Commanders defense is just going to be confused when it comes to Saturday. I'm telling you, you got Monty returning, as we all have been talking about right now. I don't think, KG, as you said, he's going to get that full workload. But still, it's going to be that 60-40. And all he has to do is to early pause on this one, but make him feel his power that he has when he runs out there.
Make him feel it.
It's going to be that same play over and over again. Run right through a motherfucker. And that's what he's going to do. That is exactly what he's going to do. And this Commanders defense is going to be a little bit weary because you got to keep in mind, is it going to be Monty? Is it going to be Gibbs? We don't know what to expect. But then again, they are going to be so confused when it comes to this Saturday.
Yeah, shout out Charles McClain. I saw you adding me in the chat. Also dropped a $10 super chat, so we appreciate that.
Shout out. Thank you,
I think the Lions win this weekend, but things that scare me is that Quinn's defense last year held Lions to only 19 points, 11 points under their season average, but go Lions.
We
and
scored
listen,
21. They took 2 off the board.
Yeah, which is understandable, but when you're dealing with a Lions offense like this, which appears to be at full strength at this point, I don't think Dan Quinn is going to be able to really keep this Lions team in check, because when Gibbs is running the ball like he's run the ball the last few weeks, who are you really going to stop? Because if you try to sell out for the run game, then that opens up the play action, and our receivers are going to get off on you. Our tight end's going to get off on you. So it's literally pick your poison for the Commanders this week. And Dan Quinn and that defense that they have, which they have some players, but overall they are not a complete defense. I'm not necessarily worried, man, about Dan Quinn doing what he did to us last year.
Oh, no, listen, man. Listen, we saw it in that Minnesota Vikings game. We made their linebackers look silly.
No, absolutely.
Jahmyr Gibbs had them grasping for air. Look at the play, the touchdown catch. Just look at the touchdown catch. I don't even know if that's something that you can find before the end of the show, one of you, Chase or JB Smooth, just so we can kind of make the emphasis. But the linebacker kind of over-pursued and realized play action.
Yeah.
Crap. And you see him reach back and grab. And he just barely and it's just, you're dead. And you knew it.
Yeah.
It was almost as if he just reached back because you have to at least show some effort, but you know that you're beat. And that's what I'm saying. Like, when the Lions offense is in their bag, there's nobody in the NFL that can stop them. Period.
End of story.
End of story, man. Oh, hey, it's almost time for What's Trending, huh?
Oh, I guess it is. Damn, these shows be flying, bro.
It flew by
Jesus,
today.
man.
The chat family's been on one too, man. The likes are way up. If you haven't gotten an opportunity to, please go on ahead and like it, especially if you're one of our regulars, because then that means we can send this thing even higher, man. It's been a great week of content.
Yep.
And chat family, as I always say, you guys are the most important part of all of this, man. We got some new content that will be hitting the network soon. We're formulating a pretty nice team that's going to make sure that it is the best content possible for our kind of Woodward podcast, man. It's going to be content that is coming to you between our 4 main shows. It'll be for our members. So if you are a member, you will get access to this. If you're a subscriber on X, you'll be able to access it there as well. If you're a subscriber on some of the other platforms like Facebook, you will be able to access this new content. And right now, I think, JB Smooth, we have, over 10 shows? 10 plus shows on the docket that we're getting prepared.
Easily.
Chase is going to have some stuff there. Summer, Terry, Foster, myself. You guys already know Woodward ringside with KG and JB.
Yep.
So
new teasers cooking up, by the way,
teasers.
too.
Ding, ding, ding. Woodward wings as well. Shout out to that dude, Justin, Spinny, Flannel, Cavassier, Chase. Game shows, trivia shows. It's going to be a dope, fun time, man, to be able to bring you guys truly more from the network. So you guys won't have to go anywhere.
Yeah.
Live content. So if we can't find the VHS, you guys will at least get, camera phone footage of Kool-Aid playing basketball.
Camera phone footage.
You got to bring me into the modern era.
Yeah,
I'll be
right.
Oh, man.
Get those
But I still got
VHSs
that
converted,
strap.
bro. Get those VHSs converted, man.
But we need the
Got the
real
strap on the
camera
court.
on here. Just
Hey, I'm ready, dog.
Crickets.
I'm ready.
Crickets.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Crickets, bro.
I'm ready. Hey, listen, JB Smooth, let's say what up, though, to some of our friends. How do you want us to be able to do this thing?
I'll be telling them about New Holland Brewing Company, that intergalactic haze of goodness. Yes, I'm talking about the Tangerine Space Machine, the new easy drinking IPA that is out of this world. It's smooth, it's juicy, with refreshing crushability. Take your taste buds to the moon. Brewed by New Holland Brewing Company, straight out of Holland, Michigan, so you always can support locally. Go out and grab yourself a case today.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
Soroki's Crispy Chicken and Pizza. They're continuing
Sounds like lunch.
on this football season. It does sound like lunch, actually. Soroki's is debuting their fresh signature wings. Grab your friends, order a New York style pizza. You know what? Add some wings onto that order as well, too. Try one of their 7 different flavors, as you can see up on screen. And don't fear, because if you don't have time to go in store, you can always order online at Sorokis.com.
What up, though, people? Welcome back to this Wake Up Woodward. It has been a show this morning, man.
Yes, and
the lights are reflecting. The chat family has been on one. And you know what? I think we're ready for some football. We got a few more days before that, and we get Saturday. It's what? January in the D.
Yeah.
We got the Detroit Pistons starting at 4. I will be getting there just after sunset, sometime around 5:30. And then after that, just vibing in the city a little bit. Hopefully not too long, because I got to get back to my brothers at Hayes Social, man. And I'm hoping, chat family, that there's some of you all that make it out as well. This is going to be a movie.
Yeah, don't forget the Wings. The Wings play
the Wings
Saturday
play at
as
7
well.
o'clock, just before the Lions. They're in Tampa Bay, and all the teams are hot.
Downtown's going to be crazy.
Downtown is going to be absolutely crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. I'm glad, too, that the pregame show is going to be a little bit earlier in the day, because then it gives the people the opportunity to really be able to watch everything.
Yeah.
Pregame show, then you get the Pistons, and then you get a little bit of the Wings. Have them on your secondary device, because then you got the Lions playoff game after that. And I believe you're going to be able to hear Ford Field all the way in the burbs. I do.
It's going to be on fire. LCA, that whole downtown area is going to be on fire Saturday.
Why do we push it like this? Now when we say stuff like, oh, all 4 pro sports teams, when y'all start hearing other people say that, you're going to know that they're front runners, bandwagoners, late to the party. We've been talking about this.
In the trenches.
All 4 sports teams, the legendary Woodward Avenue, one block, the most unique city, not just the first paved road in America, but now also the only city that has all 4 pro sports teams right there on one block.
Yeah.
And it's going to be jumping. It is going to be jumping. Every bar is going to be jumping this weekend, man.
And listen, when Woodward Sports started, you know, just the amount of droughts that we had for each individual franchise, the fact that we are here now and you looking at maybe seriously all 4 teams being able to make the playoffs in the same calendar year, that is amazing.
Keon's like, wait. He's like, wait, all 3? Like, let me see here, man.
Oh, he deleted it.
No, I think that was me by accident. If somebody can unhide that.
I'll try to get it. Hold on.
He
It
said,
looks like
wait,
it was
all
fixed.
3 teams are playing Saturday? I don't even know how that happened.
Yeah,
but
all
if you
3
got,
teams.
if someone can reverse that for Key, so we can make sure he's straight. Oh yeah, he was unhidden by. Okay,
Yeah.
cool, dope. But yeah, he didn't even know. And there's some other people who didn't really realize that all 3 are going. And you know what? To see the expectations they have is what makes it that much better, man. The vibes, I'm gonna continue to say it.
Are
the
immaculate.
vibes are immaculate.
I love that. The vibes are immaculate.
I need that shirt. If all 4 make the playoffs, I need that shirt. Vibes are immaculate. But
So
Jay,
will there be Jared Goff chance in the street or Cade Cunningham chance in the street?
well, because of the playoff game,
It's
you
Jared
got to
Goff.
go with Jared Goff. But you know what? Why
Cade
not find a
MVP
way
chance.
to do both?
Spinny tried to start it the other night, man. The Cade MVP chant needs to be a thing at this point.
Hey, man, it does. And there were some kids who tried. I looked up, and they got even media's attention. We looked back and we made sure, and them kids kept getting louder, but the people didn't really pick up. I think that they will, though. The Pistons are going to brute force. If it just takes until the playoffs, it does. But I'm going to tell you guys this again. Buy in now. We told you guys this even when they were
Right.
2 and something.
Technically, y'all already late, but if you still want, a chance to get on the bandwagon, you can do it.
Buy in. Do we got any super?
Jared Goff?
Hey, there he is. It never fails.
I did say Jared Goff. I'm not gonna lie.
I heard it.
Not gonna lie.
Hey, I love that old English
Cardigan.
Oh yeah, that's fire. Shut up.
I got
Oh,
this
that's
from a
English D.
bootleg store in Oakland Mall about 20 years ago.
Rest in peace, Oakland Mall.
Yeah, the Macy's is about to
It was
close.
Right.
$24, and I bought 3 of them.
Rest in peace, Oakland, man.
Dope.
Yeah.
I think it's still alive.
Hey,
It was like one of those shops that doesn't have a name, like That Dude.
Yeah.
Or like,
Right.
Yeah.
My man at the
Just
kiosk.
Clothes store.
yeah, all the prices say $80 an item, but my man is telling
Right.
you
Oh,
can
man,
get
I
3
can join
for
that deal. I
20.
got you, bro.
80 for everything? He's like,
Yeah.
okay,
For you.
all right.
Normally $50, but for you.
You did do the accent too.
Bro, I used to live in Dearborn. I used to get that. I go to the store, bro. I'd get that price all the time.
Stay packed up from the bike, dog. Let's spark up word to jars. JB's food.
Take it away.
Now it's time for the most electrifying segment on the internet. Bum, bum, bum. It's What's Trending with JB. Live on Wake Up Woodward.
J, be smooth. J, be smooth.
Let's rock.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Shout out to everyone in the chat. You guys have been cracking me up all morning. I'm
They've
not
been
gonna lie.
epic.
I've been participating as well too. Shout out to Mike G. But man, you guys, we got some snow. There's still some snow on the ground as well too. But there's a new trend going on right now. Kool-Aid, you might want to try this next time you need to get snow off your car.
Oh, let me see what's going on.
Oh, shit. Dog, not using your son,
I mean,
man.
Look how fast he got the
Dog,
car.
that's a fact. He
Like,
cleaning the shit out that car.
Wait, is the kid face down?
No, he
up.
face up.
He's face
Oh.
If that's face down, that's child abuse. But there's one step above child abuse right here. But hey, it works.
Oh, man, dog. Look at that. One swipe.
Just one swipe. If you know what, if that's not enough as well too, your wife can even help you out with it.
But you know what? Look at the walk. Let me see this one.
Yep.
Oh, not wifey.
snap.
Even wifey can help you out with this. Come on.
Oh shit! It's a little.
Everybody down.
It's a little harder to push wifey though. A little harder on that one, but.
Oh,
Shout out
snap,
to her,
dog.
man.
The whole family is like, yo, we got it. And it was dope seeing Lil Man because his walk actually was like, yeah, we out for war, Dad.
Right.
I'm ready, Dad.
No, this is great.
Oh, man. I love family stuff.
See, look, that's family stuff. Now, this next video, Kool-Aid, I gotta admit, this one got me because I can imagine being this little kid back when I was younger and my mom taking me to church all the time, too. I definitely can tell you right now, if I found this, it was bad news.
He drinking this.
Oh,
not the blood of Christ.
The Eucharist is good.
You can't just be going to town on the crackers and the blood of Christ, bro.
If I would have found this when I was younger, I was going in. I'm
no,
sorry.
that's a fact. Them little crackers and shit, they used to hit, man.
Dude, I used to tell my mom I want to go up for seconds.
Right.
Like, I joke around like I'm waiting in line. I want to get like a rib. You know, I figure they slice him up like.
Yeah, look, man. My wife's church, they use what is it called? What's the honey rolls?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
the Hawaiian rolls. Yeah, they use the loaf.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
What church you go to? I'm trying to see what that's
Yeah,
like.
It was down south. It's her pastor. It's her dad's church because he is a minister and he's he goes around and builds up other communities in Asia as well too, Southeast Asia. But yeah, they had the whole loaf, and I went up there and I ate it, and I was like, oh man, y'all got the Hawaiian loaf.
Right.
I'm like, wait, you gotta think about what it symbolizes.
Right, that's the real body of Christ, man.
But
these Detroit churches be cheaping out the fucking oyster crackers, bro. Like, what am I supposed to do with this?
At mine, I'm like, you know what? Hey, it's for what it's for. But the cool thing is, it means what it means, but they don't allow it to go to waste. I'm appreciative to the churches I'm at.
Yeah.
They make sure that the rest goes to homeless shelters and food banks and people in need. And so, like, they even let the kids at the end, they'll eat the bread and things like that.
That's what's
they'd be
up.
hungry after church.
Nah, that's a fact. That's literally
that's
the only
everybody.
reason I like church, bro. Is because of the food afterwards. Detroit churches, take notice. Stop giving us them dry ass crackers, bro. Stop giving us them dry ass crackers, man. We appreciate it.
Oh man,
shout out! And once again, I will end what's trending with this. KG,
what up?
From the top rope.
Oh God!
Oh no!
Oh my God Almighty! He's dead.
How did he miss
dead.
the push? Oh, he's hurt.
Oh, he's hurt.
Why did you just get up and start walking right away, bro?
No, my man is fucked up. He fucked up.
Make sure you straight first. He just got up and started walking.
Damn,
I
man.
mean, if you like take a good slam, sometimes like you just immediately like you get up and then you like realize like, oh shit, like.
He landed straight on his ass into a bush filled with snow. Like,
it's the way he's groaning for me, dog. Like, that was so deep.
No, that shit hurt.
Like, his soul got bruised.
That shit hurt. He had to lose a bet. Why is you out here like this in just a basketball shorts, jumping off a roof, bro?
I ain't gonna lie. That was how Kay was looking at the end of that. After they hit that, and he was like, we bad.
No,
you remember what press? I was in the room. He was like,
when they zoom in on his face, like he looks like Jack Nicholson in The Shining at the end of the movie. He's just like all like shivered up. Look at him. Like,
that was Kay last year, dog. After 28 losses, he was like, man, this is bad. We bad.
Yeah. No, it's different day now though.
Different day now. Now
man,
he all NBA.
When he got that dunk and he
superstar.
did the headbutt off the stanchion, I'm like,
and it wasn't like soft. It was like crazy.
Yeah, Cade is fired up, bro. Like, he playing with a fire that I have never seen. Like,
I love it.
But that's it for what's trending, you guys. Let's hop into some mailbag while we got some time.
Dog, that was a great one. Let's hear from our friends from Feldman, KG, and we will do a couple mailbag questions and call it a day, man. It's been a great show, man. If you haven't got an opportunity to, go ahead and smash that like button, especially for JB Smooth. Those What's Trending segments, man, they're fire every single time.
We working hard in here, man. Help the brothers out. But if you're looking for a car, Feldman can help you out. Feldman Chevrolet, Detroit's #1 Chevy dealer with over 18 locations. There is a Feldman dealership in your backyard. Go to feldmanauto.com to find the location nearest you. And since '96, Feldman Automotive has been driven to provide a fast, convenient, and first-class car buying experience called the Feldman Advantage. You can catch Woodward Sports and Feldman, or we'll be out at Feldman in Novi this coming Monday. Feldman Chevrolet.
Hey, and it's now time for the Wake Up Woodward Mailbag segment presented by the Feldman Automotive Group.
Yeah, real quick, because I saw this one earlier in the show. It's some fight shit, so I asked that you let me get my shit off right now.
Hey, talk.
Hey, but shout out to
new content coming to the network.
Yeah, shout out to AC in the chat. What are your thoughts on the Canelo Alvarez versus Terrence Crawford fight rumors? They say it's supposed to happen in September 2025 in Vegas. And listen, man, like, we are going to cover this. I was actually going to bring this up to JB. We'll be filming Woodward Ringside tomorrow, and this will be on one of the upcoming episodes. So when those episodes drop, make sure y'all go back and y'all listen, man. I'm going to try and do a quick breakdown of that. But AC, to answer your question, I'm a fan of both fighters. I've been a fan of Canelo Alvarez for a long time. Terrence Crawford as well, my boy Bud, man, he is not one to be fucked with. You look at the fact that Terrence Crawford has to move up in weight again in order to fight Canelo. Last time he put a lot of weight on, it was kind of hard for him, man. He struggled a little bit, but Terrence Crawford just being just a knockout artist and just an all-around great fighter, I think he could give Canelo some problems, man. Canelo, he's a little bit up there in age. He does still have that power that you have to worry about, but overall I think it'll be a great fight. I can't wait. I hope it does happen. All signs point to it will happen, but make sure you tune in to Woodward Ringside, bro. We will be discussing that.
Definitely. So we're going to Vegas is what you're telling me.
I think we're going to Vegas,
we might
man.
be making multiple trips because I'm telling you, Steve, we got to make this happen. Summer League, NBA Summer League, Vegas, we're going to have to make that happen.
Oh, no, we got to go to Vegas? No.
No,
not again.
Hey, look, they treat us well down there, man. So I definitely want to make that happen. They got the Media Cafe down there where a lot of people, they've been setting up their podcasts and their streams. So some pretty cool people down there, too, within the NBA world. So we got to get down there. It will be fun, especially with the hype that the Pistons got. And then you all as well, when you talk about Vegas and some of the other events that you're going to be involved with, y'all better stay tapped in. Woodward Ringside, they're handling it all. Hey man, look, you guys even got a couple nice things on the way. I can't wait. We're gonna save it for the people, man. But stay tapped in. Let's see here. Feldman Mailbag. I saw one in here. There was another one for you guys from AC, KG, and JB. What are your thoughts on the Canelo Alvarez and Terrence Crawford fight rumors? They say it's coming.
Yeah, that's the one I just read.
No. There was
I'm like, somebody else had one?
No, there was another one. I must have lost it.
No, but I see people.
Kool-Aid, read my text. I text you.
Yeah, but I see people are responding to the fight. Weezy D313, I love it. Bud, Easy. I see a lot of Terrence Crawford supporting here, man, and I love Bud, but Canelo ain't no joke. So I really can't even predict a winner right now. I want to make sure it happens first before we get to doing all the predictions and stuff. But I mean, if anybody could do it, it's Bud.
Hey, you know what? I have a couple questions here. I'm gonna read, and then I'm gonna ask you one, Stick. Shane Daniel Mailbag. He said, What do the baby Kool-Aids make you watch every day? My little ones make me watch Moana every day. Honestly, mine, kid Kool-Aid just loves sports, man, which is awesome. And then if it's anything else, they love Batman and they love Avatar.
Oh, you got him on the right track.
The last Airbender.
Bluey. Bluey runs my house.
Bluey?
Bluey is a staple.
Yeah.
It was, but a little
Bluey
older
stands
now,
the shit.
See, when my nieces was growing up, it was Peppa Pig and Bubble Guppies and all that, you know.
I swear my daughter has like a little bit of a British accent because of Bluey and Peppa
Yeah.
Pig. I swear to you, man. Like,
that show be
wait,
teaching
what?
them, man.
But there's another one in here as well. Jordan from my Feldman Mailbag. Is K going to be the next big superstar for the NBA? I've been saying superstar for a long time. Yes. You look at the stats. You look at Nike already. Like, hey, let's get this logo. Let's get these shoes.
Yeah.
Because how are you going to have him announced for All-Star and you don't got the shoes?
That's true. But I mean, his time is coming, man. He needed time to, establish himself in the NBA. Now you can worry about stuff like shoe deals and things of that nature. I got another one in here, if you don't mind.
One more, and then I got to ask Stick a very important question.
All right, cool. Well. Charles McClain in the chat. Shout out to you. Feldman Mailbag. Most of Ben's interviews, Tanner Engstrand has been with him. If Ben Johnson leaves, does Tanner go with him in a package deal? And I would say to you, no. I think he's with Ben Johnson every day in the event that he does leave. Yeah. Then you got your next OC. If anybody's a package deal, it may be Ben Johnson and Mark Brunell. Mark Brunell, the QB's coach for this team. If Ben Johnson were to go to, let's say, Jacksonville, I think that's a perfect spot to take Mark Brunell, who was the former quarterback of the Jacksonville Jaguars, and then your offensive staff is kind of set.
Especially when you think about Teddy Bridgewater's signing.
Yeah.
And we know that the arc for him is some type of coach.
Yeah. But no, Tanner's trajectory has all signs point to him maybe being the next guy up if Ben Johnson does decide to leave.
Man, hey, you know what? It's going to be interesting to see where they do go in that regard. But talking about the football, talking about the NFC, in which the Lions, they went undefeated. Yes,
damn right.
I do got my BTA undefeated in the North shirt.
Yeah,
NFC North champions.
I saw somebody in the chat said they got theirs in the mail. They ready to go, man.
Hey, shout out, man. Shout out. Stick.
Yeah.
We got to talk about the NFC North, man. The Vikings and the Packers, they're officially buried after the first round of the playoffs, and we heard them talk so much. Them like the Commanders, they talk too before the games. We want the Lions. Why y'all talking about them? Their fans overran things. I don't see them anymore. I just got to ask you now,
They
at
in
the
misery
conclusion
right now.
of their season, got the all black on. Talk to me about these Packers and these Vikings.
Oh, I'm sorry, Kool-Aid. I only talk about things that matter.
That's it.
Enough said.
That's it.
They dead, man.
You done with them?
Do they matter?
Nope. Not
All
at
right,
all.
then.
And now they have the proof too.
Yep.
That's the awesome part.
It's so hard to say goodbye.
I need to go back and I need to watch these post-game shows with Anson when he was grilling me about Minnesota.
Yeah.
And
Oh my
Anson-
gosh! I
And,
remember that.
I
was
told
on
him,
that train.
I told him, we've seen this movie before, man. They go on their little runs. Josh Dobbs was the savior last year.
Yeah.
Sam Darnold was the savior this year. Just did a little bit longer than Dobbs, but it's the same movie.
Yeah.
I've watched it 100 times.
Again
They
and
get
again
to
and
the
again.
bright lights and they shrivel. That's all
No,
they do.
They go further toward the light because they know they dead, bro.
Yeah,
Like
but-
it's crazy.
But none of those franchises matter. None of their seasons mattered this year. All the talk, all the back and forth, it didn't matter. So now it's about us taking care of business. We got to worry about the Commanders.
It's just
NFC
crazy.
North doesn't matter anymore.
I really did think the Vikings were going to have a better showing in the playoffs
Yeah,
at least.
no,
but 9
why?
points.
Why? Why?
It's a real
Why?
I didn't
Why?
think they would win, but I
Why?
thought they
Because of their
offense would
record?
look better. No, I just thought their offense would look better than what they looked. I mean, they do have a lot of pieces
Aaron
on
Glenn
offense.
won 2 football games by winning last week.
I know,
He beat
no,
them
for real.
twice because it was the same game plan.
But the Rams literally just copy and pasted what the Lions did.
What-
and it
that-
worked.
welcome to
And
the
it worked.
NFL.
And
Once
it
your
worked.
ass is exposed, it's exposed. It's just crazy to me that it took 16 games to expose Sam Darnold, but
Yeah.
then once it's out there, it
But
doesn't
that's
matter.
why their offense was so good because it took so long to figure Sam
But
Darnold
in the
out.
first game against the Vikings, the Lions employed the same recipe and won the same way they did against Nick Mullins, and it was a
True.
costly interception.
But
by
this
Sam
this
Darnold in
last
that game.
one was a little different because you
Oh,
took
that
out their entire offense. Like Justin Jefferson and T.J. Hockenson did nothing. Nothing.
bludgeoning, dog. Just
But yeah, the focus is all on Washington and taking
Yeah.
care of business, and
Which we will do.
Yeah.
What's your
And I-
feelings on the Commanders fan base? That's my mailbag to you.
I have no issues with the Commanders fan base. That's the thing. Like, this is a new thing. I mean, there is some playoff history, but that was, 30 years ago?
True, but the Lions don't forget.
Yeah, no, I don't
forget.
forget either. But like their fans chanting, "We want Detroit." Of course you do. You're
Exactly.
You're like you should want Detroit.
Like Neil
but
was trying
be
to
careful what you wish for.
Exactly. Neil was trying to poo-poo it a little bit yesterday, but like I said, if anybody's deserving, it's them, man. Especially coming out of the Dan Snyder situation. So I mean, it is what it is. Yes,
The
they
Dan
have
Snyder
more.
situation, which got John Gruden fired in L.A.,
Yeah.
makes no sense to me.
It
still,
don't.
to this day.
But that's what you get
They
for
found
speaking on
stuff
the-
in Dan Snyder's email, and John Gruden got fired.
That's true, but that's what you get for speaking on the brother. Don't be speaking on brothers, even in
Yeah, but Dan
confidentiality.
Snyder kept his job. That's what the
But
whole.
Dan Snyder's a fucking owner. What the fuck? It took forever for them to get him.
I understand, but it was just wild to me.
Bro, you know it's bad when the whole city hates
Gruden
you.
just caught a stray.
They wouldn't approve. You know they trying to get the new stadium built like quick as hell now, and that was not a
That
reality
stadium
under
is
Dan
trash,
Snyder.
though. I've only been to a few away
But
stadiums,
that was
and
his fight.
that stadium is absolute trash.
Yeah.
There was a couple years ago when the fans were on strike, and I was able to buy tickets, drive to D.C., stay in a hotel for cheaper than it would have been to go to Ford Field, and that's when the Lions weren't that good.
Yeah.
They actually lost that fucking game I went to.
Jesus, but yeah, that's all in spite of Dan Snyder, bro. But now everybody's on board. Now that he's gone, let's get a new stadium.
Man, I was out there. FedEx Field was it was interesting.
Yeah,
I
I
ain't
bet.
gonna throw no dirt on some of my old people out there, man. I got friends out there. It's gonna be an interesting week, man.
Yeah,
I
man.
can't wait. But
Yeah, I want them, then I want the Eagles. Like let's switch it up. Let's
just
have
do it.
some new fights.
Yeah,
you know?
I would like the Eagles as well, but I think the Rams could really beat the Eagles.
They're not going to
bro.
go into the cold and
I
wind.
don't know, dog.
Come on,
I don't
bro.
know, dog.
That LA.
Hey, if it happened, you heard it here first. Do not sleep on that Rams team right now. They
I'm
are
sleeping on them.
I'm sleeping.
I'm sleeping.
No, I mean as far as the
it's
Eagles
a straight
though.
sweep over there.
But
huh?
listen, they playing inspired right now based on everything going on in LA, man. Like,
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm giving you the real.
Playing inspired because none of those guys actually live in LA. That fire affects them none.
Okay, all right. You got it, big dog.
They're playing for the city. Are you kidding me?
You
Come
got
on.
it, big dog.
Yeah, Stafford's so LA.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
is now. I promise you, he is
Come
now.
on. Come on.
Hey, bro, man, these likes are run up today.
Hey, man, shout out, bro. We appreciate y'all.
Hey, we definitely. I'm in here just making sure they know.
Couple
hey,
busters like us, man. Couple busters like us on the mic.
Goal. Hey, look, 34 more likes. Let's see if we got 34 more people that can go on ahead and get this done for us today.
I'll hit you with one.
You almost at your
I haven't
wrap
liked
up
the
time.
show yet.
We getting a little practice in. We almost at your wrap up time though. Yeah.
Let's get this done.
I'm about to be out here like Sandman.
Hey, it's been a show. It's been Wake Up Woodward. It's your boy Brandon, aka Detroit. No, you know what? Shout out to our brother Flannel Sam Reynolds. Man, we cannot wait to have you back. It's been on vacation last week, this week as well. As we're getting prepared for this big playoff game, and hey, Monday is going to be a victory show. We're just gonna call it like it is.
Yeah.
Shout out to that dude Justin, our brother Matthew Broden. We had Stick in the building as well. Always great when he drops by and just shares whatever is on Stick's mind. I love it, man. The banter between him and these NFC North fans have been epic. But hey, let's get this music going, Chase, and we'll break this thing down because you already know we got to start with the elite booth. And in the sound booth, we do got Cavassier Chase. What up, though, bro? Chase
Well,
GPT.
I can tell by the empty bottle of Cavassier that it is time to say goodnight.
Tell the people good night.
Hey, good night, everybody. Good morning. It's
right. Good night.
But thanks for hanging out. I hope you guys have a great day. Stay tapped in. We got 50 minutes before Big D starts off. We got Ermanni and Edwards 2 to 4. Heavyweights kicking it off 5 to 7. Hopefully they got the full crew back. I know they've been down sick for the last week or so. But stay tapped in. You guys know where to be. We're going to have the most fun. We're going to get the best coverage for all your Detroit sports teams. Not just Monday through Friday, but Saturday down at Second Best, out at Hayes Social for the Watch Party, the pregame show. Make sure you guys stay tapped in. Check out Woodward and Maine to start your day off as well. And we'll check you guys in the chat throughout the rest of the day, man. Shout out my guy LJ. Shout out my dad. Shout out Mike G. And then hope you guys have a good one.
Mike G in the chat being a freak right now, man. Velvet is Smarty and a freak, I bet. Leave them oversized sweaters on. Come on, Mike G. Do better, bro.
Randall Smalls, I see you in the Chases. Great show, guys. To those who served, thank you.
Yes.
Hey, shout out to them. I just see a lot of our regulars and our OGs in the chat. Thank you guys for being here and making us a great show. We got Woodward Sports MVP in the TD booth. That is JB Smooth. What up, though, brother?
Hey, what's going on?
No saggy titties.
No saggy titties. No saggy titties. But shout out to everyone in the chat. It's definitely been a good day. A lot of fun, a lot of laughs. Hey, let's keep this thing rolling on into Saturday. Saturday is going to be a very huge day for the city of Detroit, especially downtown. It's going to be crazy. So plan ahead, get down there, and come check us out at Second Best Bar.
Bro, this is one of those days where it is pretty awesome to know exactly where I'm parking.
Yeah.
Thank you. Covering the Pistons. Like, I know exactly where I go. Do not have to deal with the freight because it is going to be crazy down there. So, yeah. What up, though?
Oh, yeah, it'll be crazy down there for sure.
Yeah, yep. Hey, KG, again, another day on the desk. Another show where you crush. The football knowledge is just shining right now. And just you overall as a host, man, you are not just doing your thing, you're proving that you definitely deserve more. But shout out to you, man. Already Rookie of the Year, going for Woodward Sports MVP. What up, dope?
Hey, thank you, man. And I'm nothing without my team, so I got to shout out you. I got to shout out Chase, JB, Sam, even though he's not here right now. I love each and every one of y'all, man, and y'all empower me to get up here and do this, man, and I appreciate that. Hold on. Real quick before I get at Weezy D313, hit me with the chest pass, bro.
Hey. There we go.
Right in the pocket. Shoot that thing. Blood. Listen, Weezy D313, we gonna fight, my dog.
What happened?
We know KG a Detroit Ram high key. You mind your motherfucking mouth, man. When you approaching me, you mind your mouth, man. But nah, Weezy D, you my guy.
You Mr. Boodum Kids.
Thank you, bro. I helped start the Buddha Kids movement, but people don't want to give me my credit around here, and that's fine. But listen, dog, I absolutely love this Lions team through and through. They should be making LA Lions shirts at this point. But shout out to everybody in the chat, all 700 to 800 of you that was with us today. We appreciate every single thing that you do for us, the super chats, all that. Appreciate the love. Let's keep it rolling.
Bro, those likes are up there. 4 more likes away from a crazy triple goal today. Shout out to the chat family. We're going to have to do something nice for them by the end of the week. And you know what? Maybe we'll get another one of these going. Maybe a BTA shirt. It's your boy Brandon Dent, a.k.a. Detroit Kool-Aid, your credential Pistons reporter and writer for the network. Lover of all things Detroit. Go Blue. Pure Michigan. And you chat family. This has been epic. It's been awesome.
300.
We got there?
I
saw Texas in there like 301.
Hey, we love y'all, man. Thank y'all, man.
Let's go.
Thank y'all.
All of our teams are on one, and that includes y'all, man. Have a great day. Be blessed. It's been Wake Up Woodward. Let's go.